Here on the
Daily Boom,
in a mental retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants,
and the federal government have all come a long, long way.
Now, many of these
Flat Earthers,
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are other
Flat Earther,
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously.
Gravity, La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open.
La La Land, we are in La La Land.
Gravity,
Obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land.
gravity,
Obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
There you go. Here in the Daily Boom in the Mental Retardation Center. Damn. It's rough. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for coming in. This is Jose JG Boom. And you are YouTube Universe. YouTube Land. La La Land. No, La La Land is something else. Thank you for being here, everybody. Appreciate it. Welcome to Sunday, November 13th of 2022. It is 3:13 p.m. for me in Florida, USA. Tell us where you are from in the chat box for the 9 of you. 14. Hey, look at that. Tell each other where you're from. Maybe you are neighbors and you don't know it, right? Maybe you can call each other and hang out. That's good. Thank you for being here. Earth is Life, Jim's Mind, Carl Christopherson, Farmer's Boy, RT96, with Tweet, Lubo in China, Kuso, PR1, and Sean G. What's up, party people? If you're watching this now, please hit the thumbs up. It helps YouTube to push me a little bit for a bigger audience. Therefore, we have new voices, and it's always entertaining to have a new opinion in the interwebs. It's good if you are new and you sometimes you say like, I don't like talking to people on the internet. I got a computer, I got a microphone, and I do Discord, but I don't want to go into the Jose show. Why not? Why not? Take the opportunity to come in and show your skills, your speaking skills, your questioning skills, your ideas skills. Let your voice be heard. There's a few ways to support the channel. There's a PayPal link pinned in the YouTube chat box. There's also a super chat. Hit the super chat for the channel. Help me pay the internet and the electric bill. Fred Bailey in the house. Graham Matthews. John Hansen. Helsigor. Shout out to John Hansen. He is a god. I got my boom sweatshirt. How about that? All right. Let's open Discord and join us in the festivities. It is Sunday. Bring it on, and we'll make it happen. Please be entertaining. Don't come in with wanting to be a teacher. If you want to be a teacher, be entertaining at least. Right? Farmer's Boy. Farmer's Boy, are you a teacher? What's up, man?
No, I'm not a teacher.
Have you ever been a teacher?
A teacher? No.
I've been a teacher.
Well, not officially, formally speaking, a teacher. I have taught people things, but I've never been a teacher.
What makes a teacher? Is it what you provide them information, or is it a certificate?
No, I think it's having the ability to get information across, and I think also if you're teaching children, it's the ability to keep your temper. I don't think I could ever do it. I remember what I was like when I was at school. I couldn't do it. No.
I got a bunch of little nephews and nieces I have had throughout my life, and yeah, I'm kind of a teacher, keep them in line, teach them a couple tricks, a couple jokes and shit like that.
I've had youngsters working for me at various companies and things, and taught them how to do stuff. I suppose if that makes you a teacher, then yes, I've taught people, but no, never officially, not a qualified teacher, nothing like that.
The Fred, is it what is more valuable, to be a teacher because you went through the system and got a certificate, or be a teacher because you are good and teaching people stuff, different things? No certificate required. What do you think, farmers?
Well, if you're acting as a teacher in an unofficial capacity, then yes, no certificate required. But if you're going to go and work in a school or some other place of learning as a teacher, then you need qualifications, I'm afraid, because otherwise you could be any old Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Well, you become a teacher at work many times. You're like lead a team and shit like that. Fred, what do you think?
I think you've got to. It depends what you do. In my trade, you have to be very, very qualified. In other trades, less. Because if things go wrong, people die.
People die then by teaching. Okay, wow.
Well, or by not doing it properly, yeah.
Damn.
That's what it's like out in the real world.
Because as farmers knows, I can make your day very, very, very bad.
Yes, I suppose you could. Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me.
Yeah, we are in Discord. I'm gonna throw a link in the YouTube chat box. If you are lurking around and saying like, how can I join the Daily Boom where they talking on Discord? Well, the server will be out there. I missed a lot, man, because I was out for a.
I think hang on.
He's got the YouTube page open.
I know. I've got about 27 tabs up. I'm trying to be MC2 here.
Come on. Get your shit together, mate. Oh, he's gone.
He closed
not
one
that
tab.
yeah, not that tab.
Does Discord work fine on a desktop tab, on a Google tab, whatever, internet tab?
I actually have it as an app on my desktop. So
me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does, but I just find it easy to have it as its own app. I've got enough tabs open on two screens as it is without putting Discord in another tab.
Right. It keeps you logged in, and I don't know, it's more a friendly user, it's cool.
Yeah, I find generally if you've got an app for something like this, that's usually the better way to do it. Well, you can have it as a, run it as a tab in Chrome or something, but
Now YouTube is there's an app that I tried and I don't like it. On the internet is better, the YouTube.
yes, bizarrely YouTube, yeah, that tends to be that's a tab I have on the other screen. Mainly because if I'm working from home, I'm doing all my work and everything I need to do on one screen, and I can have something, running in the background, have a video or film running on the other screen whilst I'm working.
Yeah, extra program just running, why?
Yeah. Yeah, it depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I need both screens, but usually I can do it on one, and I can sometimes I just have the radio on, stream it over the internet.
Shout out to Randy. Randy Marsh. Oh, I thought it was Randy Smash for a second. Randy, what up? What's up? All right.
Didn't even sound like P Mars.
I missed a lot of time, and I barely looked around on the interwebs, to see what was going on. Did I miss anything like related to the people that hang out with us and stuff on the interwebs? Because I don't know what's happening.
Not really, mate. It's been the same old shit, the same dirt from the usual idiots. Nothing really new and thought provoking has happened. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You ain't missed anything.
I've been like, I think maybe one day like Unsitun. Yeah, I type I'm new or something like that. Like I was there for like 1 minute. The only thing I heard from it.
Yeah. I mean, the usual idiots putting out the usual stuff. Flatzoid's gone into overdrive. He seems to be putting out something every day or having a live stream every night, and it's ironic with him because he's just putting out the same crap that we were listening to and debunking 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Well, I haven't heard too much of it anyway. I mean, I've had a couple of busy weeks, so I've not really had a chance to catch up or listen to anything much.
Shout out to Lubo in China. Lubo, you here? What's up? Have you learned anything new from non-earthers?
Well, I was quite busy recently. I had a chance to do lunar eclipse on Tuesday, and I got pretty good weather. I may post a video from that, just partial video.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to sort of. Did the Discord change the settings on the app? I'm trying to navigating through Discord. Yeah, I will send a video. We'll just mute myself for a while now.
Okay. I struggle understanding what you were saying there, man. Didn't get your accent today. my ears haven't adapted. But I heard something about sharing a video. Okay, I'll take that.
I think it's been having fun with I think he said Discord had changed its settings or something.
Okay. Oh man.
So obviously I missed your stream. I missed your Friday stream because I was fast asleep. Where have you been these last couple of weeks then?
I did. There was a good Friday night stream. I had like 5 people watching at one point.
Yeah, well, when I saw it come up and it was like 1 o'clock Saturday morning, I thought, no chance, mate. I've had one of those weeks. I will be fast asleep, and of course I was.
Yeah, I've been here. I've been doing things around, busy a little bit, and we're back. Hopefully now this week. I'm gonna be working a few days, and I don't know if I get a chance, I'll do a stream in between. But for this week, I'll be busy. Then I'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if I start on Tuesday or Wednesday or something. We'll see. You must be. How many tabs was there open? Somebody say 24. Damn.
I think I had 24 tabs open.
5, 6, 7.
You multiply that by 3, right? So you're like what? Like 60 IQ, 66. I don't know what you multiply that by 3.
I've only got I've only got 9 tabs open on 2 screens.
C9, there you go. Multiply that by 3, you got 20 plus IQ.
And I've got Discord over the top of YouTube, and I've popped the side chat out as well, if that counts.
Yeah. Indeed. Shout out to Jim's Mind. Jim's Mind is the responsible for the emojis. The channel members' emojis are more crispy clear. Shout out to Jim's Mind. Thank you for cleaning them up for me, man. For us.
Oh,
I don't know.
That one?
Yeah, I don't know how to
What's
make it. I don't got a program to make those files, the whatever PNG and clean them up. That one is we gotta work on this because it's barely seen. It's a flat earther's brain. Like there's nothing but a flat earth in the brain, you know. But
it's a bit small to make out that sort of detail, isn't it?
It's hard to process.
Fred
is always like wrapped in. Fred is always sleeping in a bubble wrap bed and covering himself with a plastic blanket, you know, over it.
That's what it
always
sounds
moving
like.
around, spinning around.
That was my stairs, that.
Whatever it is you're doing, you're hot micing something bloody awful. Well, you were.
Yeah, you gotta work on your something levels somewhere. There's a gain thing, right? In the audio settings.
There's services in Discord, isn't there?
Input insensitivity, yeah. Automatically determined.
Now we can hear you whispering.
Fred, what the hell, man? Come on. Somebody mute Fred. I'm just...
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself because you may hear a tinkling sound soon.
Definitely mute yourself.
Add the tinkling to all the 17 sounds. I don't even know if I'm going to recognize the tinkling behind all those.
Hello. Jose, what's up, man?
Earth is live. Good to see you, brother. What's up?
What's going on?
All is good.
So long time no see, man. You've been gone for a while.
I've been gone for a while. Yeah.
I saw you were live. You were live the other day, but it was late, so I couldn't jump on.
A few nights ago, yeah, I did to test to dust it off, you know, like the computers and stuff. I haven't used them in a while, so yeah, I did a couple things, and then I had to take a mental break. So everybody needs it sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we good. Back on business, brother.
Cool, man. Good to see you.
Too, man. How's it going in?
Oh man,
big Texas, USA.
Oh, Texas is good. It's cold down here today.
Yeah. I'm kind of over here too.
I'm missing Hawaii a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet.
Yeah.
There's a lack. Now, let me ask you: is there a lack of color in Texas, or was it just me when I was there for a few months?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean a lack of color?
A lack of like the life, like compared to when you drove around in Texas. I walk around outside to get deep air, look around. In Texas, does it feel the same, or does it feel like faded, like the colors, everything?
Yeah. You kind of see like the grass, everything's like kind of brownish. You know, you don't really see a lot of green. I mean, you kind of see, you know, if people don't water their grass, like it's just always like brown and tan, and everything is, you know. But yeah, I would say that there's a kind of a lack of color.
Yeah, Fred, you're mumbling back there.
Depends on where you're going.
All right, hang on, wait a minute. I'll switch everything
Can you
off.
mute yourself, please? Better that way.
So, Jose, have you been checking out what's been going on?
No, I was just saying. I miss like since I haven't been here, I barely look at anything around. So I don't know what's going on with our neighborhood, like the people we talk to and the people we know. I don't know anything.
Well, there's been some debates going on. It's been a lot of, you know. I know MC Toon had a debate with 3DP the other day. I think I've watched that debate like 3 or 4 times just to listen to it.
Who is that? They're not
Bev's old buddy.
Yeah,
it's domesticated primate. Yeah, he's now calling himself 3DP instead of just
The
DP.
Yeah, okay.
That was, oh man.
Was it shitty? Yeah.
No, it wasn't a shit show
It was
or
just
anything like that. It was just the level of so in the beginning, MC Toon of course offered evidence. I guess he measured the distance around the 39th parallel or 39th latitude south compared to the equator. And of course, the 39 south is a lot smaller. And when it was time, and then what's the other guy's name? Jesse. When Jesse got up, it was his turn to present something. He actually presented one of Bev's images that 3DP was there to help him take.
That's true. I forgot
And
about
that was a good one too. And of course, shows curvature. And then when it was time for the other two guys to present evidence, what do you think they showed, Jose?
Some image of MC Toon or like Mage or something.
No. Well, actually, yeah.
Image?
All he did was he played a clip of MC Toon, agreeing that a water level creates a horizontal plane or something like that.
So
Or he
just a
agreed with
quote,
the water level.
he presented a quote as if it was some kind of a proof,
Yeah, that was it. That's all they brought.
Oh my god.
And then the other guy, he just kind of quoted Dubé the entire time.
Oh my god. What a good kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So 3DP is all he's doing now is he's clipping out parts of that debate, saying how he got MC Toon to say certain things, and that's his proof.
Yeah, that's bullshit. There's just some lazy cop out,
Yeah.
Lazy.
The best part of the debate was when MC Toon muted himself and had to laugh really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there any like actual debaters in the flat earth side? Like present evidence of stuff? Positive for their positive claims of the earth being flat? Anybody? I don't think anybody does.
The one thing he did present towards the end was he presented a elevation profile of the Erie Canal, and I guess because the line on the bottom was flat, therefore the Earth is flat.
But he used Google Earth, I guess, for that, or the internet, right?
No, it was like he pulled up like an old-fashioned elevation profile.
Oh, okay.
And I guess because the bottom line was flat, therefore the Earth is flat.
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but it's flat for the same reason that an elevation profile on Google Earth is.
Yeah, and that was his other claim, is that he said all maps are flat.
Yeah.
He got us with that one, man. That was devastating.
It's lazy.
Well, yeah, because otherwise you'd have a hell of a job folding them up and putting them in your pocket, wouldn't you?
Lazy. Yeah, they ain't done shit. They try to find a quote. They try to find something that they can interpret, so it goes their way, and that's it. But they don't have like actual anything at all, man.
No.
It's
but they know
man.
that.
I want to hear a real argument. I thought I had it when I was a flat earther. I thought I had it, but I didn't get shit. Oh man, just the same. Trying to find little quotes and trying to find something like, I don't know, a cherry picking between something that might mean what I say as the earth being flat, but it's not necessarily it. It's the way I see it,
Well, yeah. Of course they're going to do that, because how difficult must it be for them knowing that they can't actually present any evidence because they know full well there isn't any? I'm sure most of them do realise that this is all just a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
I think.
So what do? You have to go down the semantic route and arguing against what the other person says, rather than you presenting anything yourself, because you know full well you got nothing to present.
Right. I think MC Toon recently converted somebody. If I'm not mistaken, there was a guy that tried to do his challenge, the navigation challenge, and then he realized. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he converted him back to the globe because he couldn't do the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does ring a vague bell, yeah. I think you did mention something, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, he's got MC Toon. He goes around trying to rescue people. I don't know that shit, like he does. He goes around in Facebook and trying to recruit people and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got to stop doing that too.
Yeah, shout out to Blue. How you doing, Blue?
Hey man.
Yeah, you noticed that there's some people go out of the way trying to find people to rescue. Yeah.
Hell, I don't want to rescue them. I need them just like they are. They're funny as hell. What would happen if they suddenly all said, "Oh shit, I guess we were wrong"? Who would we be talking about then?
I don't know.
Well, I guess about Gary.
It'll never go away. There's always gonna be flat earthers.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, you're not gonna get rid of wide bigger. That's for sure.
It's generic. Oh, the whole thing of flat earth is very generic, and like doesn't hold any weight. But there's some people that, they have the bigger, they're more recognizable on social medias and YouTube and shit like that. But they have the same arguments or the same denial than somebody that started last week as a flat earther does. This is the same shit. They just got the script learned already. The older ones. They learn the script, and then the new flat earthers, they read the script. But it's the same shit. It's so, I don't know, generic.
Mm. Yeah, you heard it all before.
What do you think could be a good debate if somebody, what do you think, can somebody come up to the plate and actually debate and bring, I don't know, something to back up their claim?
Flat Earth map.
What would they bring?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
what do you think they could? What do you think they could bring, if any? I don't know.
They can't bring anything.
We all know that there's no evidence for flat Earth because it's not flat. So what do you bring as an argument?
Exactly.
Other than it looks flat. Yeah, we know it looks flat, but hey, it isn't.
Well, they can show you some ridiculously distorted, refracted pictures. Okay. Right. Yes,
exactly.
we agree. That happens. You betcha.
Exactly what's going through my mind. They could bring some, observations, long distance observations, taken by them or by whoever. What is going to be the debate about? It's going to be about atmospheric conditions, well, refraction, pretty much. That's it. It's not going to be about the shape of the Earth,
We don't disagree. The Earth does strange things. The atmosphere gets all gooey at times. Makes a real mess out of what you're looking at. Yeah, we know. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's not forget the sheer irony of that first video that presented what they now call the Black Swan. At the start, he said, "This is what we normally see, most of the time, and then on very rare occasions, you get this."
Oh, no. They actually, now I've got to toot my own horn, farmers, because that's not what they said in the original. They left out the nice pictures. They completely left that out. And I figured out who it was that made that, and figured out where the unlisted video was. And then it all came out.
Gotcha. I doff my cap.
They were absolutely, well, I'll just leave it at, they were a bit upset with me blowing the whistle, so to speak.
You don't seem to make friends within the flat Earth community, and I can't think why, because you seem such a nice chap,
I'm a pretty pleasant fellow. Jesus.
Yes, that's what comes across. Yeah, but for some reason they don't seem to like you. I can't think why. Oh dear.
Yeah, because that video have quite a bit of views. The original, the unlisted, which the original was the unlisted years ago. So a bunch of people watched that video, and then they either, with the comment section and all of that, either somebody recommended him to clip the video and put only the part with the distorted bullshit, or maybe he came up with that. He said like, "Oh, all right, well then I can get more with the flat earther," because maybe he was criticized by the other, by the mix-up, the two views. So yeah, when he decided to put the edited one with just the distorted picture out, then he unlisted the other one, which already had a shitload of views, a few thousand views. and then it took off from there. Yeah, but
he seems to have fully embraced it now. Yeah.
Yeah. When QE came up with that bullshit, the cryon, fallacy thing. Why did they never mention the unlisted one until such a long time after, because everybody was on him for it. And he's like, no, yeah, we got this picture in here, and he kind of brushed over it, and he go back to the distorted image. Without, I mean, it's bullshit, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hated because when he said, but you know my argument. I said, yeah, I know your argument. All right. And I'm looking at the script of the wording of the mod stalling or whatever. I'm reading it, but the first thing I read, I mean, I forgot because it's so long ago. But I said, like, yeah, but you don't mention refraction in the mod stalling. So, and that's it. I got to stop it in the first few words because he mentioned, whatever he mentions, he doesn't mention refraction. And that's a factor. Is always, we live in it. So he's presenting a fallacy that it doesn't represent reality because we do have an atmosphere, So it's I don't know.
Oh yeah, that Moses Tollins is broken.
It's broken from the get-go.
From the start. Because he uses the unrefracted geometric calculation. The 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. Okay. He uses that. That is unrefracted. And then in the back half of the Moses Tollins, he switches to a refracted view. Yeah, it's very dishonest the way that's done.
Super dishonest.
Yeah.
For real.
It's like it's as dishonest as Fouquet word and his mysteriously disappearing lighter. If you remember that one.
Gigantor dishonest? No, never.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
when he's showing those three lighters, and when the middle one's suddenly an inconvenience, he palms it and it disappears, and it's like, oh, where did that middle lighter go? Oh, you just took it away. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's honest research for a flat earther.
Hey, actually, he did that pretty good too. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, hey, what? Whoa, wait a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Wasn't there three of those things?
Yeah, and you kind of think, is that something he just practiced, or is he just, just a bit handy at doing that sort of thing? Who knows?
Lugo in China, it's not Moon Day, but I like the picture of the compiled with the eclipse. Like the red moon in the middle, and then it just goes out. Nice.
The last picture I posted, actually, this was not made by me, but the last picture, I just had my phone to the eyepiece, and it was in the middle of the eclipse. And actually, the stars over there, one of those, there is Uranus. And in my video, you can actually see Uranus goes behind the moon. It got, what's it called? Occulted by the moon.
Yeah.
But I cannot upload the video because it's bigger than my limit on Discord. I should get the nitro.
So, you can't. Discord won't let you upload huge files.
Yeah.
Well, when I say huge, you don't think they're huge, but Discord does.
In Google Drive, if you upload big files to your Google Drive and put either the file or just like share the file with a specific person, they can watch only that file from your drive, nothing else. Or private file or something.
A number of times I've downloaded photos of the ISS or that have been taken on the ISS, and of course you download the maximum possible quality photo, and then you go to post it here, and it's like, shit, it's too big, because they really are high quality photos.
Yeah, I have a good Google Drive.
There's this thing called YouTube.
Wait, guys. There's breaking news.
Oh.
Today is the National Tongue Twister Day. So I'm gonna go down the list, and everybody, please give me one of the tongue twisters that you know of. Thank you. I can tell you one or two in Spanish, but I don't know in English. So whatever your language is, if you know a tongue twister, let's go. Big Blue, you first.
No.
Chaik.
Ganan gidil dagan bagan, dagan gadol gadal bagan.
What?
Whoa. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not even English. Shit.
Farmer's Boy.
I say it's English.
I've got an easy one for you. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Okay.
You try and say that fast. Yeah.
Lubo in China, a tongue twister. Go ahead. In whatever language.
Haven't got any in my head right now.
Okay. The
Sorry.
Fred. The Fred, you got a tongue twister? Just unmute your mic for 20 seconds and don't say nothing. That will be the tongue twister.
I don't think I've even got bloody sound. My computer's dying on me.
Oh, shit.
I will return.
Oh dear. Okay.
Don't forget to mute.
One of my people have got lost.
Don't forget to mute. No thanks is here. No thanks. You came in right. Perfect timing. Give us a tongue twister, man. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I just got in here. What's up, man?
Come on. Tongue twister. You don't know any tongue twisters? Oh, shit.
Not right now.
All right. Card. You want to do it? Card Christopher.
Is it in my language?
Yeah. No matter what language. Tongue twister.
Sjösjuka sjömän.
Whoa. Extravagant sounds from Car and Chaik. Both tongue twisters are extravagant. I got one. Si tu gusto gustara del gusto que gusta mi gusto, yo me hubiera sentido gustoso de haber gustado del gusto que gusta tu gusto. Pero como tu gusto no gusta del gusto que gusta mi gusto, pues muchas gracias y mucho gusto. There you go.
That's easy for you to say.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the classic Peter Piper.
There's an easier one in Spanish is one tiger, two tigers, three tigers. But in Spanish, I don't know, it's kind of from two tigers to three tigers in un tigre, dos tigres, tres tigres. You know, tres tigres, three tigers.
I can see how that would trip you up. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you repeat it, like loop it 3 or 4 times, dude, everybody fails.
Another classic English one would be "She sells seashells by the seashore."
Yeah.
That's quite a
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a well-known one. But yeah, the simplest ones: red lorry, yellow lorry. You just try and say it quicker and quicker, and then you end up just saying lollies, red lollies, yellow lollies.
Yeah. And you know who's responsible for this? We got to point fingers. Damn it! I lost the comment. Hold on. I don't want to be.
I can see.
Oh, Martin, it's your fault, man.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Shout out to everybody. All right, we are here. We are live. This is Sunday Mass. I hope you guys enjoyed my thumbnail. I put a couple Easter eggs in the thumbnail, a couple faces, and a little squeaky earth in the table and shit. You know, very nice.
Pretty cool.
NoTanks. What do you have? What have you heard in this past? I haven't been in for like a few weeks. Refresh my memory on what, something that will challenge what I know about life, man. Go ahead.
I'm not sure I have anything for you, but I have noticed that you haven't been around for a little bit. So I saw that you were coming in. I said, you know what? Let me come check out Jose. Challenging life. I don't know. I'll tell you. I have a friend who's a flat earther, right? And he's telling me, in real life, and he's telling me, and I didn't bring him to it or anything. He's just saying, look, here's the firmament, here's the dome, And I said, you got proof of the dome? He says, yeah, look, all the clouds look like they're going down. The sun looks like it's going down. We live in a dome. I said, oh, okay. So I just thought it was funny how he translated the same way the globe translates. So I asked him, I said, where's the sun go? Underneath the earth? He says, I guess. I don't know. You can just tell you're in a dome. You can tell you're on a sphere. Like there's a sphere above you. I just thought it was funny. It was like, without me ever getting in on him with anything, he sees a dome. He sees a globe as well, but a flat earth at the same time.
If it was a dome, what I see in the clouds in front of me, like with they appearing to go down and down until they touch the trees, because I don't see the horizon, but I can picture it just going down. It looks like a dome, but if I drive away, that dome will move with me, because they will appear to just get the same distance away from me. The dome, I will never reach it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I said the same thing to him. I said, well, what if I go to the clouds? Because he goes fishing a lot. He's always out in the ocean. I see it. I can see it as a dome. Yeah, I said the same thing to him. I said, this just proves that there's no curvature. There's no curve. It's just the way you're seeing things.
It's the opposite. If it was a non curving planet, I will reach that dome, because the clouds, they're not gigantic that they're going to be at the end of the dome. They are like right over us, just a few thousand feet away or whatever. The clouds are touching somewhere. I can reach that point if it was flat,
Yeah, but if the perspective wasn't making the clouds appear to touch the ground, yeah, and it was flat, it wasn't perspective, and they were actually touching the ground.
I think in a flat surface with a flat ceiling, let's say the clouds are the ceiling, it wouldn't look like it looks right now around me. You think about it, it will look different. It will look like I don't know, different, like going away and getting smaller and tinier and getting fuzzy and all that shit. If you think about it, that's what would happen in a non-curving planet, in a flat surface.
Wait, I need to understand something. If it's perspective, why does he suspect it's a dome?
Well, you're saying I don't believe in a dome, but you believe in a dome, Chuck. I don't.
I don't believe in dome.
No, you're the dome believer. I don't believe in the
dome.
You
tell me what I believe in now.
Chai say he believes in a dome or none at that. Why are you telling that Chai believes in that nonsense?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Go ahead, Chuck. Sorry. You don't believe in it. You don't believe in a spherical sky above you.
Spherical Earth.
Right. All right. Is the sky horizontal against the spherical Earth? Is it just horizontal layers against it, or is the sky curved with the Earth?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Trying to picture that. Trying to illustrate that in my mind. I can't. I don't know. Man.
Well, a spherical Earth and a flat horizontal sky. Yeah, that's does not compute.
Let me before NoTanks, you can clarify that. But let me read this last tongue twister of the day by Cuso PR1. This is a Spanish one, a classic one. El cielo está encancaranublado. ¿Quién lo encancaranublaría? El que lo encancaranubló, buen encancaranublador sería. Did you follow that? Did you follow as I was saying it, farmers?
Well, I can see it on the screen, but I haven't the faintest idea what it actually means.
Well, but I just say, el cielo está encancaranublado. ¿Quién lo encancaраnublaría? El que lo encancaranubló, buen encancaranublador sería. That was perfectly word by word, letter by letter.
Yes, I still haven't the faintest idea what you actually said, though.
It's all right.
Obviously.
There's no need to know. It's no need to know.
Okay.
Go ahead, NoTanks, man. Let's go back to Let's go back to Chike believe in a dome. That's what I heard. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, good.
Yeah. So Jose, the picture you have right now on the screen, that's the picture taken with the phone on the telescope, and the closest star to the moon, that's actually Uranus. And it's amazing what the phones can capture right now, like just with the simple telescope.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing it.
Do you believe that there's a dome above us, Lubo?
No.
Talk to NoTanks and tell him why not not the dome.
Yeah, tell me why the air is straight and not curved.
Tell him why the air is straight. Go ahead, man. No gay.
What do you mean by straight air? Amazing.
So like we have a gradient on.
Of course we have.
Above the earth.
Have you ever been in a high mountain? I mean, you can take a cable car to the mountain that will take you to 4,000 meters elevation. In China, there is one cable car that will take you to, I think, 5,000 meters. And you better have some oxygen beside you, otherwise you just struggle with just simple walking up the stairs. Have you tried it before? Like go to really high mountain?
And walk up the stairs now.
Yeah, there's, for example, Chamonix du Mont Blanc. It's in Europe, okay? It's Mont Blanc is one of the highest mountains in Europe. I mean, if you count Mont Elbrus as a part of Europe or not, I don't know. But Mont Blanc is the border of France and Italy. And you can take a cable car to an elevation of 3,900 meters over there. And there is a nice viewing platform. You just walk up the stairs. And I really had a hard time just to breathe, just to walk like one set of stairs upstairs from a cable car. You know, that's I don't understand how flat earthers are so dumb that they don't believe there's a pressure gradient. Come on.
Well, of course, of course there's a gradient. Yeah, I was just asking if you.
Yeah.
I mean, the clouds are not on the ground like Jose was saying. They're up in the air.
Do you know why they're up in the air?
They're floating. They're floating in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, because the water is less dense than oxygen and the nitrogen.
Okay. Right. So now, if I take that cloud layer, right? Like, what's in the clouds? Water, right? I guess they say there's water.
Water
in there,
vapor,
right?
and water vapor and droplets of water.
Right. So if I take those clouds, right, that layer of clouds filled with water vapor, and the whole world is covered in clouds right now, we'll say, right? Now, will I just fly straight through the clouds, or I just go in a straight horizontal line or a curved line?
Curve. Look at it. When you look at the clouds, they curve down to the horizon.
Okay, that's what I was saying. So is it a dome or it's not a dome? I don't know. I don't know what you guys believe.
There's no dome. There's no dome.
So if I'm on the ground and the whole world is covered by clouds, right, at this time.
Yeah. Not really. No, it's not covered by clouds. Come on, grow up. It's mostly sunny here. I don't know where you live. Maybe you live somewhere where it's always cloudy, but it's mostly sunny where I live.
I'm looking at the clouds right now.
Philadelphia. It's always cloudy in Philadelphia.
Right now, I got a dome of clouds over me. Like anywhere I look around, there's a cloud. Is that what's happening in the whole world? If the Earth was flat, I would be able to see this whole dome, but I just see a cloud coverage all around me, as low as I can see.
Yeah, this is what the flat earthers believe. I mean, some of them. Like, this is my flat Earth friend believes. He believes like what you're seeing, a dome. He believes it's a dome as well. I don't really believe it's a dome. I believe that there's horizontal gradients, and they go up, from the ground. The globe.
Horizontal gradients. Can you clarify that? Horizontal gradients, what that is?
Like 90 degrees from vertical at all times, right? But the globe believes that there's this layer above the Earth, right? A gradient, like above the Earth, and it has a different density, right? Like, and it goes around a curvature of the Earth, like a dome. So you're encased into a dome. Yeah.
It's concentric rings of pressure, if you want to look at it that way, or concentric spheres of density.
Right. Yeah. So you guys are dome believers. That's what I was asking. Like Chike and whatnot. I'm not into the dome. Yeah.
Moyok, are you a dome believer?
Well, it depends on what you call a dome. Concentric spheres of gradient. You could kind of call that like a dome, maybe, but it never hits the bottom. It's always at the same height.
Yeah, like I said to my friend who's a flat earther, but like not on Discord, just out and about. He says, "Yeah, look, we're in the firmament. There's a dome above us." And he says, "You can see it. You can see the clouds touch the ground. Look, the sun goes away. And it just." I said, "Where's it go? The sun?" He said, "It goes, I guess, under the dome." I said, "I guess, if you say so, And then I compare it to like what I hear on Discord from the globe, and it's the exact same model. It's just unreal. Just one, you got to go upside down. Yeah.
So your friend is flat earther. You are not flat earther?
No, I'm a flat earther. Yeah, the Earth is flat. The sky is also most likely flat. It seems to work with perspective more so than physically
No, it
curving.
doesn't. It doesn't work with perspective.
Which part of it? The clouds are
For
actually touching
example,
the floor.
sun. For example, sun.
Sand.
Sun. Have you ever tried to do
The sun.
anything in the scale, like a model in a scale, so you can see how perspective works?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So try to put the sun onto your model in a
The
scale.
sun, I could never put. That's what I'm saying. Only the globe can do it. Yeah, I can't. The sun is always above. It's not
Yeah,
on the model.
so doesn't work. So bye flat Earth. That's all. It doesn't work. So the flat
That's
earther
what
is
you
the
say.
bank.
That's what you say, that the sun is always above. But if I track the sun during the day and continue what I track during the day and see the sun is below me.
Yeah, right. Just like my friend said, it says it's a dome and the sun goes below you. Like me and Jose
I
are
didn't
kind of on
say
board.
it's a dome.
I
Sun
go
is
like to
below
what?
me, not above me. Talk about the
Yeah, and
sun.
I go to where people say it's noon, right? And I call somebody where they say it's noon. I say, listen, man, there's a sun below you because it looks like it's below. It looks like it just went down. They say, no, it's right above me. What are you, retarded? I say, oh, okay, it's still above you then. All right.
No. I'm talking about track the sun. Point to the sun every hour during the day, and continue that track. Yes, don't deviate. Don't. At some point to the north, which you didn't track during the day. Just continue to track this way you track, and you see the sun is below you. Just point
you
to
see.
the sun. Yeah, you see. Because it doesn't make a right turn to the north suddenly when it set.
I can only see so far.
Well, you can see 93 million miles away.
I mean, is that when I call my friend, like where I am now? How far away is it going to be where it's noon for him? How many miles away? 93 million miles?
No. Yeah.
I don't know where you live. Where is your friend? Where does your friend live?
What time is it for you?
When it's the sun is setting, it doesn't matter wherever it is. Where on
noon would be 6,000 miles.
Okay, so then we can only see it for the sun for 6,000 miles across the sky.
No.
Well, when it's set, I mean that's just according to you say when it sets. For me, it's noon for them.
It's noon for them, yeah. The sun, because you live on sphere.
I'm not worried about sphere. I'm just worried about how far can I see the sun.
The sun is 93 million miles away.
And how do I? He's wherever he is. He's 6,000 miles away from me, and the sun is now gone, and it's noon for him.
It's not gone. It's just obstructed by the Earth. Still there, 93 million miles away. You just can't see it. Just like you go inside home and you can't see the sun. Why you have walls?
I don't know. I mean, if I fly a little drone high up in the air, straight up, I can't see it either. I mean, at a certain point, doesn't mean that
because
something's
it's
blocking
sphere. Because it's a sphere.
Because it's a sphere. What are you talking about?
And it's a sphere. If it's on the other side of the sphere, it doesn't matter how high you get. You will never see it.
Right, sure. Okay. Yeah, that's one option, right? We all heard of that option. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right. So what I'm saying is how far you said I can see 93 million miles.
Concept. You can try it at home with ball.
Right, well, if I do this with everything, right, then everything is being obstructed, right? That's the only answer thing. It has to be a physical object in front of something for you to not see something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like when I fly the drone straight up on a sunny day in Europe.
Wait. Let me make a correction. There should be something obstructing your view not to see something, or not enough photon to register on your retina. But
Or no light
for
bouncing
example,
off it.
no, I said not enough photons to register of your retina. I don't know how many photons needed, but probably a few. I don't know, 10, 20, for you to see anything. However, we look at the sky, we see nothing. You point a telescope with the camera at the tracks and can have an exposure of 2 minutes, and suddenly you see things you can see with the eye. Why?
Yeah,
Because
if the sun will be just too far away, you still would be able to point the camera and telescope and make everything bright as during daylight. You would see the sun.
How many clouds are in
With
between
cloud
me and my friend? I mean, in reality, though, how many clouds? How much water vapor is in between me and 6,000 miles?
The thing that I would say that's most significant about that is 5 minutes before it disappears, you can still see the whole thing and it burns your eyes. And then in 5 minutes, you're not going to have suddenly clouds jump in the way and obscure it completely to darkness. So it doesn't make sense.
Are you sure that's what you're seeing?
Yes, I see the sun set. It's like a bright orb, and it goes down to halfway obscured, and I'm seeing about 50% of the light, and then within 5 minutes, it's gone. And now the light has attenuated by 95%, except for some of the reflected light. And that's not what we see with clouds. We don't just see it just shut off, and it shuts off every day on cue. Clouds are inherently random in how often they occur.
Right. Yeah, it's not every day on cue. I mean, it's not.
No, except for when there's like clouds right next to you.
Yeah, so I mean,
early a big thunderstorm.
Yeah, but even the idea that it's every day on cue, it's every day it changes. Like every single day, it's sunset and sunrise are different.
Well, no, they're on a schedule. They change, but they change exactly by the same amount. Like I can tell you next year what time sunrise will be on August 1st.
Well, you can try. Yeah.
You can try? No, you can do it.
Well, you can try. It would matter. The weather conditions would give you the result. Yeah, the conditions of the air, right? Like whatever's in the air will change how the sun sets. And then when I put forth the idea that something in the air changes how the sun sets, you say that can't be.
Sunrise and sunset have nothing to do with the atmospheric condition.
What part? Sunrise and sunset?
Yeah, sunrise and sunset do not depend on atmospheric conditions at all.
Yeah, when they're actually going to be, like where it's actually going to be at a place that we've timed it to be versus what we can see. Those are like different things. So like if we're saying sunrise, like, well, the time that we know that it's going to arrive at a certain place, that's sunrise. Or that I'm actually able to see it being sunrise. Those are two different things. Yeah.
Very few weather conditions will make it completely dark. You'll know sun rose even if there's a cloud in the
Yeah, I would suggest you to do some research and search on Google astronomical darkness. What does it mean? Or how does it happen?
I want to hear Blue comment like the sun and the moon don't have to do anything with the atmosphere. I mean, what has to do is us looking at the sun and the moon. We have an atmosphere in between, but the sun and the moon have nothing to do with the atmosphere. Blue, you agree with that? And that's where you were going, right?
Yeah, that's where I was going. I'm going to look up a citation for him.
Yeah, but I think he's talking more if you can't see the orb of the sun in some condition. And yes, that's true. Even at noon, when there's a cloud in the way, you can't see the orb of the sun sometimes. That's silly. It's sort of like saying, I can't predict the sunrise because I stuck my hand in front.
right, it's a cloudy day. The sun didn't rise today.
Oh my God, the car in front of me is going. I put my hand in front of it.
Yeah, the sun seems to be always moving in the sky, right? Yeah, sure. But to know when it's going to set does depend somewhat on the air, of course. Yeah.
You ran.
It's going to set to the viewer.
Hold on. Yeah, you ran through that really quick. You say the sun appears to be moving. I don't know what word you say, but something like that. The sun seems to be moving in the sky every day, and you kind of brush into that. That's what you believe, right? That the sun is moving through the sky. That's what you
Of course,
think, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because
that's what's
because it's
measured.
the Earth rotating and the sun is relative to the Earth stationary, relative to the Earth.
Well, relative. That's the
In
point.
real
I mean, you
time.
can come up with a theory called relativity, and then say it's the Earth moving, not the sun. But all we can measure and
I mean,
observe
no,
is the sun moving.
relativity is real because how far is this? How far is this drinking container? How far is this drinking container? Give me a distance. No thanks.
10 feet.
No.
Oh.
2 feet. 2 feet. Maybe 3.
Okay.
But is it really how far it is? How far is it? Is this container of water, Moyok?
It's about 1,000 miles from me.
Yeah, there you go. So, do you think relativity is not real? When relative to Moyok, this thing is over 1,000 miles away. But to me, in relativity to me, this cup is 2 feet away, only.
Right. Yeah.
See?
That's what I'm describing. Yeah, I'm
So
describing that the
relativity
sun
is real. So relative to the Earth, the sun is stationary, and the Earth is the one moving, rotating. Go ahead.
That's the largely held belief for the last 70 years. Yeah, sure. But it's measured by measuring the movement of the sun through the sky. I mean, that's all. It's that simple. Yeah.
Big Blue, go ahead, man. What do you think? What do you say? The sun seems to be moving, he's saying always. Yeah. Seems to be.
Yeah, of course it does. The Earth is rotating.
One of the really funny things when you're looking at the distance of the sun, I did this calculation once. I don't remember where it was, but in the 2 to 4 minutes it takes for the sun to go from being visible, the whole thing being visible, to not being visible, it moves a ground distance of like 84 miles. Why would it disappear just suddenly at that last 84 miles?
I mean, it has a limited amount of light that can get through a certain amount of thickness of the air, and that's the limit of its light.
But I mean, light seems to attenuate. Like, it takes time for it to attenuate. So, like, if you have a lot of clouds and smoke in the sky, you'll see that it gets less and less and less, but it's still there. This is going and completely disappearing from completely bright, hurting your eyes, to not hurting your.
Yeah, I'd have to see it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the explainer of everything up in the sky, but you can view plenty of videos where the sun fades out slow. I mean, it does slow down as it's fading out right at the end. It always seems like, I don't know, it slows down, but it's not that it's slowing down. It's just that it's it's getting its maximum distance. And then there's just something called like a phantom morgana, right, where you could be confusing what you're seeing over the water as the sun. When it's not. It could be just a reflection off of the water vapor in the air. It could be a reflection off the water, and you think it's the sun. I mean, you never know. Yeah.
It slows down by like a half a degree in the last 5 minutes. Or actually, in the last hour, let's say, it slows down by like a half a degree.
I guess, yeah.
Refraction and stuff like that, but that doesn't change its brightness a whole lot.
That doesn't change the path of the sun, the movement, the constant rotation of the Earth, which the sun appears to be moving a certain rate. Yeah, it will appear to be slightly, I don't know, off to us due to the atmosphere that we're looking through. But the sun is, the movement is constant on the rotation of the Earth.
Yeah, so that's what gives everybody the impression of this dome. And that the sun is going under the dome, and the clouds are going under the, I guess under the dome too. I don't know, but that's what gives the large majority of people the impression of a dome. Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, when you look at like an airplane flying overhead, you see it fly overhead. It's changing by several degrees per minute as you look at it overhead, and then as it gets off into the distance, then it stops going down. I mean, it slows down to a crawl. That's what perspective looks like, and the sun doesn't look anything like that.
No, thanks. You have statistics. You know the majority. It looks like it's going to the majority.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're saying flatter is winning.
Did you make a poll? No.
Unless you're saying flatter.
Do you have any data to back what you say? You're saying the majority. Majority, that means you sampled something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll side with you. The flat Earth is winning.
What?
I guess I'll go with you. I'll go with your option. Option 2.
What's option 2?
Yeah, so the majority of the world sees it in a perspective, right? As to be like a large
How do
majority,
you
right?
know?
Like 100%.
How do you know? Did you ask them?
Yeah, I asked them. Well, if they have eyeballs,
9
I guess
million
it's a
people.
large majority
9 billion people. Did you
have
ask
eyeballs.
them?
Yeah. Well, they have
100%,
eyeballs,
right?
right? So they have no choice other than to see
What?
prospectively. Yeah.
They have no choice? Of course
They
they
have no
do.
choice.
What do you mean they have no choice? Of course they do.
You don't, when you're being born, you don't get to say, I want my eyes to work this way, I want my eyes to work that way, and get to click a button. You get one way they work.
No, when you're born, you learn to understand what you see.
Yeah. So I would say the majority of the world sees in perspective because the majority have eyes.
You would say, I would say no.
Yeah. All right.
Because you did not make any poll, you didn't ask people what they see, and you decide that the majority sees perspective.
Just deciding that the majority has eyeballs. That's all.
No, you're deciding the majority are like you.
Well, they don't know it yet, but yeah.
They do. Oh, and they don't know it yet, right?
Yeah, they're interpreting.
No, they learn. They know.
They know that. Okay, they know.
They
that,
know. Yes, they know that
okay.
the Earth is a sphere and it rotates, and the sun is not moving in straight line in the sky, or in circles above us.
Not moving in a straight line.
Chai, you're scaring no thanks. You're too rough over there.
Yeah.
No, there's no way you can trick the sun. Like I said, trick the sun if it circles above you. That's not what you'll track. The sun will always, for you, rise at the north, never at the south.
Never northeast.
Never at the south.
Never southwest.
For you. Right. Never south to the east. For you. Or anyone.
Directly south and directly north. Or directly
However,
east and
it does.
directly west.
Right now it does rise south to the east.
Let me get my compass out real quick. Let me see what it says. Let me see what it says. Then you might be able to track me if I tell you what my compass
We're
says.
behind the equinox. You should know.
It says 179 degrees. What do you got to say about that? But yeah, I hear you, Chuck. I know you have a strong belief, but yeah, all I'm saying is the majority of the population that I meet does not seem to understand why the things in the distance seem to drop down. They don't even consider it.
You talk for the majority when you didn't ask them.
They have eyeballs. I don't need to ask them.
Yeah, they have brain also.
Yeah, I see something that defies perspective. It does not look like perspective. It
there you
follows a relatively even pattern, where it's like as I'm watching this overpass in front of me, as it goes from a half a mile, it doesn't go up very much. And then I get within a quarter mile, it starts to go up a little bit faster. Then I get within 100 feet, it's going up really fast. Perspective changes based upon the distance you are from it, and not in the way that the sky does. The sky runs in a uniform symmetrical pattern of 15 degrees every hour.
Yeah, how does that work?
It goes 1 degree for the first half mile, and then goes 10 degrees in the last, goes 90 degrees in the last 15 seconds.
And
how does that work?
And the sun and the moon does not get twice as big when they're above you. It's compared as they rise or set. That's not perspective. Anyone who knows anything about perspective knows that's not it.
Yeah, the stars don't get bigger and smaller as they.
Never mind the stars now. Let's talk about the sun and the moon.
And the stars is part of the song. You got to say the sun, the moon, and the stars.
We can't see the size of stars.
Well, I've noticed something with perspective. Things that are really far away don't seem to change much. Just like the formula. If I'm looking at a mountain 100 miles away, that mountain, I can move 10 feet closer, 10 feet further away, and it looks exactly the same size to my eyes.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that was the furthest away you've ever seen something.
I couldn't tell you the number, but I mean, I've seen mountains for quite some distance. I would say over 100 miles.
Yeah, 100 miles. Like let's imagine a number that we've never. I mean, to imagine like I don't know, let's say like 3,000 miles, like an object away at a distance. We can't even imagine. We can try, but we've never seen it. We've never seen 3,000 miles away, and know what an object would do at that distance.
No, but we have a pattern that forms with things in the distance. If we're able to see them, they're at really long distances. They're really big. And they don't change much in angular size with minor movements. That's that's the rule that we see.
You can see light years away. Do you know that? The stars you can see on the sky, they are light years away. You can see Andromeda with the naked eye, Andromeda Galaxy. If you are in a dark enough sky, you can see Andromeda Galaxy, and that's billions light years away.
Yeah, but he thinks that that's only a couple of miles away, touching on the dome.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what you do with the dome. It seems more like a...
Maybe you should do a little bit of research on those things.
Here's a real simple...
No, thanks.
Dude, look at the picture.
I will just say
GIF that I
example. Yeah, I will just say example of how can we measure distances of the distant stars. There is, for example, a Hubble Variable Nebula. It's a star that changes in brightness very, very rapidly. I mean, it causes waves of the light going through the gas. So you can actually see the light travels through the gas when it brightens, and when it darkens. So the waves actually you can calculate the angular distance from the star.
Did you follow that? Are you following that? NoTanks? What is saying?
No, not at all.
Oh man, then
okay.
Lubo, man, come on.
Okay, maybe you can have a look Astro Biscuit channel. Astro Biscuit is a really, really good channel.
Hold on, Lubo. Hold on.
You lose him as soon as you say.
Yeah, the answer. NoTanks answer him, and then Earth is live after NoTanks address that point.
Well, you're really into it. It makes you happy, so I just let you say it. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
Go ahead, Earth. What
Yeah, as soon as you say the word calculate, that just their brains just go to mush. So you can't say that. But what I will say is that you can just look at NoTanks if you're still here. I posted a GIF of the sunset going down to the horizon. Does that look like it's moving away from you, or does it look like it's just moving down?
It's moving away.
Oh, you're seeing the image, right?
No.
I'm sharing right now. Can you look at the Discord server, the Discord Daily Boom Live?
I still have my compass up.
Daily Boom Live or my screen share?
I've seen this a million times. Yeah.
So if you look at it, which one looks adheres more to reality? The one in the right or the one in the left?
Yeah, I told you this before. They're the same exact thing. Yeah.
The one in the right or the one in the left agrees more with reality, or both?
They're the same thing.
But I've never seen the one on the right, though.
They're not.
I've never seen the one on the right.
We are looking at it, but everybody's looking at it but you, and you're saying something that is not about the image on screen.
I can guarantee you in the minority.
If you tell me you're not looking at the image, if you want to comment on the image and then look at it, don't say wrong stuff like they're both the same. Don't say that because it's not.
I've done it before. I'll try to screenshot it again, but I had the.
But do you see the image? Which one adheres to reality the best? Adheres the one in the right or the one in the left?
To me, they're the same thing. I mean,
they are not, and you're. Do you have eyes? Are you seeing? Right. Your brain processes it the same as everybody, for real. Look at the image before you comment. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it. I don't know. I did look at it. Which one matches? Blah blah blah. I did read it. Yeah.
The one in the right or the one in the left? That's the only way that you can tell me if you're looking at the picture, because there's split in two: in the left, on the right.
Oh, the left and the right appear to be the same thing. Yeah.
No, they're not. You're not looking at the image because that's not it.
Oh, let me see
He
if I
hasn't,
can.
he hasn't,
You're
he hasn't
assuming.
clicked on it to make it a GIF.
No, it doesn't
Let me see
matter.
if I can make it a GIF.
Don't need to make it a GIF. He simply doesn't understand what he sees. He sees everything as perspective.
Yeah, it's moving,
Doesn't
right? The
matter.
image, yeah, it's moving.
I didn't capture it.
No one in the world will say except you they are the same thing.
Yeah, looking at them, and it's a movable image. You gotta click on the image and see somehow that it moves.
No, I know the sun on the left is I guess got red lines on it, and the sun on the right doesn't have them. Yeah.
Right. So are you seeing the same thing? Don't you see that the one in the left and the one in the right becomes to a point, very tiny, and the one in the left never does. So it's not the same. What you keep saying is the same. It's not.
It's the same thing. Well, here, all right. Let me see if I got this picture now. All right.
I mean,
all right, let's start off with things. Let's start off with things that we do see different. The one on the right is a darker picture. The sky is darker, right? Can you see that difference? Okay. So
Right.
there are differences. So right there, you're wrong about it not being any different. As far as the size of the sun, are they the same size, both images?
No, one changes. They get very tiny, the one in the right. The one in the left starts disappearing from the bottom up in that line where appears to be the horizon. In the one in the right, it doesn't. So it's different.
All right, let's see. Ready? All right, here now. There you go. I'll send it. Now there it is. Same picture. You sent me the same thing. It's just one zoomed in and one zoomed out.
What? What is this?
That's the sun setting in the demonstration that you showed me. It's got a half a sun, and there you go. If you zoom in.
No, I don't see that. There's a blur. It's just a blur what I see there.
Yeah. Well,
the one in the left doesn't look like a blur. It looks solid. Disappearing from the bottom up, maintaining the same diameter, the same face, the same size. The one in the left keeps the same size. The one in the right doesn't. Which one? Which one agrees with reality the best? Which one agrees with reality the best?
Yeah, they're the same. To me, they're the same. Yeah.
All right, but you are what? I mean, not just today, not just this month. Probably in like so many years that I've been doing this show, you are one, if not the most dishonest person that I have ever heard. So blatantly dishonest in my face. Go fuck yourself. I mean, stay and talk to us, but I'm saying go fuck yourself and you dishonesty, man. Just be normal. Be a fucking human, bro. Don't be such a fucking retard, bro. You're a fucking retard if you say this name. Go ahead.
Stop it.
I'm your
Stop it. What are you doing?
Look, I disagree. He may see the picture is the same, and now we know the problem. Why he thinks the Earth is flat, because everything to him is the same.
Yeah, I mean, you're showing me one picture.
You can tell perspective from no perspective, can you?
Right, so you're showing me one on the left where the sun seems to be getting cut off as it gets further away, right?
No.
And then on the right,
no one said it's getting away. It's just getting cut off, and the other one is getting smaller.
Yeah. So the only difference, then, I just want to clarify: the only difference is that one is getting smaller. They're both getting cut off and cut in half in the distance, but one is getting smaller. That's the only difference. They're both going to get cut off in the middle, right?
What about the direction of travel?
At what point do you see the one on the right getting cut off?
Where I screenshotted it. Yeah, where I screenshotted it getting cut off right there.
The thing you screenshot is there all the time. Is there all the time, with or without the sun.
That's not a good screenshot. I can't tell.
Work. Yeah, well, you could do it a few times and you'll find the same thing. Like I said, I've done it before. I screenshotted this from Jose's room before.
Yeah, but
this
the
one
sun,
I just did again.
But the difference is the sun starts in the one on the right. The sun starts off at a specific size and then gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, do we see that on the picture?
We actually see the sun get like bigger, but at the horizon. But so we are agreeing that everything is exactly the same effect, meaning it gets cut off due to it meeting the water and whatnot.
No. Again, the one on the right gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Does that happen to the one on the left?
I just want to go over the whole thing, right? So everything is exactly the same except for the size.
Don't answer the question then. Got it.
Just clarifying.
Here.
Just trying to clarify, that's all. But no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What about this? Here's something simple that I did in my garage. Let me see if this
Wait,
you can look at
you
this and tell me
see
what's
my
going on.
picture? You
If
see
it
my
happens to
picture?
myself.
You see the sun and the sun you say is cut off there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you see there in your picture is not the sun.
Yeah, you got to go a little further. You got to
It's
actually
there
try.
all the time. It's there all the time. You can tell me the sun is cut off.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the same
That's
thing
not the
does happen.
sun. What's in your picture is not the sun. It's there all the time, whether the sun is there or not.
Oh, that little point.
You don't understand the world around you at all. Do you have a driving license?
I mean, I'm actually sitting in the car right now.
I would revoke it right now because
Nope.
you don't understand what you see.
You can't.
You're a hazard.
Can't get hands on my car. But yeah, that's what happens in that picture. It does eventually get cut in half, and you can screenshot at a certain
Show
point.
me.
I don't get it cut in half.
You want me to sit here and screenshot it? Yeah, just keep doing it. Just hold your phone down. Keep
I mean, you
screenshotting
can
it.
try and screenshot it when it gets all the way to the end, but that's not what
Right.
everybody sees.
But all I'm asking you is at the end there, when you do screenshot it, it does cut in half, right?
So
No,
how
it's
come I was
not.
able to
It's
zoom in
blurred.
and watch the sun actually get cut off?
I'm
in half?
It's
telling
so
you.
fuzzy and blurred and non-distinctive. It's not cutting in half. No, the one that you say when it gets small and small screenshot, no, it just get a mess blur. It's not cutting in half, bro. Don't keep saying that because it's not.
Try it again.
Shout out to
Right, when
Jomongus. I got the first support today. That's big $10. $10 by Jomongus. He says, can you ask NoTanks who is lying to him? Is it the government, science, physics, surveyors, NASA? All of them? Who is lying? NoTanks.
It's actually flat earthers lying to you, bro.
Physics agrees with a flat Earth, so not physics. NASA, yeah, I'd probably say NASA. It's bullshit.
Is Google Earth lying?
They're half lying, right? Because that you zoom in, it's a flat Earth measured as elevations, vertical elevations from horizontal. Then you zoom out, and it's a globe. And then you zoom back in, it's a flat Earth.
Question. How about this question? Do you agree with distances on flat Earth? I mean, on Google, let's say Google Earth. Do you agree with the distances?
Like on a continent, probably. I'd say probably, yeah. Like so, when you jump over large bodies of water, it can be distorted. I mean, it's just that simple.
Well, what's under the water? Is it the ground underwater, right?
What is it?
What's under the water?
Fish.
What's the water sitting on? Is it ground, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, so we can accurately measure distances over water, right?
Over water or underwater?
Why over the water?
No, we really can't. No.
Ground distance. Why not? Why do you think so?
Well, I mean, how do you think we measure the distances over on the land? You think we can do that underwater?
Yeah, I think we could do the same thing over water.
How far will the theodolite see underwater? Like 3 feet?
You don't need a theodolite to measure distance. You could just use a GP of stars and measure the distance.
Is that how we met? That's how we measure.
You could do that. That's one way to do it.
Underwater, I'll look up and I'll see the stars from the bottom of the ocean, and then what?
No, I mean standing. Let's say standing on the beach, you look up, you see a star. Then someone else somewhere else, see the star at their zenith, and we can measure the distance between that zenith.
Yeah, like measuring the distance from Hawaii to San Francisco. Yeah, that's accurate, and airplanes have been flying it based on its measurement because we know where Hawaii is.
You'll get an average of distance and time, yeah.
You're wrong-o
You're
there,
not gonna actually know. Huh?
Wrong-o there, dude. Wrong.
Oh, okay. How would you measure in the air, going from one place to another? You go in the water. You're saying you go in the water sailed from Hawaii.
Here, I got a question. Well, how is it that? I'm sorry.
We just said how we'd measure it. We would measure it by initially celestial triangulation, and then more modern ways with satellite technology. Yeah, and it's been accurately known since Captain Cook first plotted its latitude and longitude in the 18th century. People get there.
Captain Cook. Yeah.
People have gotten there by known measurement, not by luck.
Yeah, you get there by,
And when
by
you guys
measure how much how your speed and how long it takes you to get there. That's all, and then you guess the distance.
you could do that. Yeah,
And
you could do that too.
But you have
that won't be
but you
that won't
have
be
to
as accurate.
you have to
Go ahead.
successfully get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get there first. You're right.
So again, so when you guys show like these observations over water, like, oh, I saw Chicago skyline from 60 miles away. Oh, we did a laser test over water 21 miles away. Do you agree with those distances?
In regards to what the distance that from A to B with the laser
That was
test.
the distance that was claimed in those observations.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
agree with them?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you think they got those distances from?
Speed and time probably, or
No, they got them from Google Earth or Google Maps.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Where did
whenever
Google
you
Maps
watch those
get 'em from?
videos, that's exactly what they use. Getting those.
They use
distances.
Google
They
Maps
draw
to
a
find
line.
out. You're saying
Google
silly
Maps.
stuff though. Yeah, you're saying they
No,
use
I'm
Google
not.
Maps to find out how to make Google Maps. That's what you're telling me.
Listen what I'm saying, because you're obviously not listening. I said any of those observations, those laser tests you guys like to use, or the Chicago skyline observation, all those we see too far observations. Anytime they claim a distance, they pull up Google Maps or Google Earth and they measure out the distance.
Right. Yeah. Over places like your buddy just said, you can get to them. You have to go to them first. You got to go from A to B, be able to verify it. Yeah.
So the distances on Google Earth are reliable, right?
Some of the, like I said, on a continent, like within a city, from a known place to a known place, yeah, you can trust that measurement. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, over water too. Why not over
That's
water?
not. They don't make the measurement on Google Earth. They make the measurement, then they add it to.
No, they use
computer
Google
program.
Earth. And they use the measuring tool on Google Earth.
Yeah, man. All right, you say so. I got you.
No, that's exactly what they do. You can watch the video.
Yeah.
You can watch all those videos, those we see too far videos.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But you were asking how do you get measurements from A to B? And you're saying you go to Google Earth. Okay, where did Google Earth
that's
get
one
them
way.
from?
That's one
where
way.
did Google Earth get them from? Your buddy just said we have to.
Because I think we can figure out the distance between
How?
places on Earth. We can use you can even use longitude and latitude.
Dude, you keep begging the question to tell me how to measure something. Just tell me how to measure something.
Longitude. You can use latitude and longitude. You could use GPS. You can use the you can use
primarily you get the distance by measuring its location. And once you have the location of like an island in Hawaii, now you have the distance to every other point on Earth that has a known location.
Yeah, so you have to know the location to get there first.
Right.
Even unknown locations.
Yeah,
Just
so
change the latitude, longitude.
How would you expect with your criteria and knowing that you need to first go to a place to verify its distance, right? How would you expect flat earthers to create a map without going anywhere?
That's a good question. Since it's already been done, the ball is in their court.
To go, and then what's the only option that you guys just put forth just now? We just have to. Somebody has to go to those places, each one of them. That's the only option.
Flat Earth is going to have to come up with their methodology because they say ours is wrong, so they're going to have to demonstrate it's wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't have them offhand, but there's demonstrations of inconsistencies from known distances, having to travel certain routes, plane routes, etc.
Do you know the nautical mile? What is nautical mile?
Right. So yeah, and then that was going to go my other thing.
Do you know? Can you explain to me definition of nautical mile? Just tell me. Tell me the definition, okay?
Yeah. So like I was going to say to the other guy with going over the ocean, he's expecting that somehow we would just float in a perfect. You got wing,
tell me
you got the wind bouncing left and right. Your time and distance will change consistently. Constantly.
Hold on. Let him finish that previous thing, and then you can jump into this thing. Let him finish what he was on before. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's relevant to use citing the nautical mile, right? I'm saying so when traveling across the water. Anybody who's expecting that we will be going in a straight line, right, is nuts. So you got to get an average, right? Because the waves are bouncing you around. Maybe you got a little bit lost. You went to the left. Now you got to go back to the right. You're going in this kind of like a snake pattern through the ocean. You're like, boom, look, there's a globe, I guess. I don't know. But go ahead with the nautical mile.
So we know there's the
What- what-
difference between the nautical mile and the mile. Or
nautical
land.
lines require water. I see.
Well, he did just say he doesn't know. So he says he doesn't know.
Yeah, I would suggest you, no thanks. I think you should really research what is nautical mile, how is it measured, how does it count it, okay? And they will understand straight away that Earth is not flat, it's a globe. Just do a little research in a nautical mile definition and how is it measured, how do we know the distances in the world. And one more thing, no thanks, I would like to ask you one question. If the Earth would be flat, would you agree with me that with a flat Earth map, you would just take the ruler and measure distances between the cities with your ruler, and you just multiply with the scale of the map? Would this be accurate? Yes or no?
You're talking about the who's the guy who made the map? You're talking about your buddy who made the map, so you can put a ruler on the map. So you're getting that?
I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just talking.
Who is he?
If flat, if the Earth would be flat, wouldn't it be easy just to take the ruler and get the distances between the cities? You say the Earth is flat for sure, for sure. Give me a map that I can use the ruler to get the distances between, for example, Sydney and Santiago de Chile. Just give me one map that will work, that will give me proper distance between the cities. Give me one working flat Earth map.
You're talking about the Mercator.
Without that, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Without that,
Well,
you
you
don't
told
have
me I have to
anything.
go there.
Do you
first, right?
understand?
You told me I have
You
to
don't
go
need
there
an-
to get it for you.
You just
You already told me
send
that.
me any link. Just send me any link of a working flat Earth map.
They all
Any.
work. It's fine.
Give me one.
They're all-
It doesn't work.
You don't understand how
send me
maps are
one.
made. That's okay, man. That's all right. You think
Send me
that
one.
somebody
Send
went
me
around
one.
the globe
Send me
you
one.
think somebody went
Send me one
you think
working.
somebody went around the
Lobo,
globe,
okay,
measured
we heard you.
curvature, and applied it to a map? They didn't. They measured flat from horizontal. I mean, every map is a flat Earth map, bro. I don't know what to tell you. They're already flat Earth maps.
He's not
right? But
going to
then when you
present
go
you
over
any.
land,
Yeah. He's not going to give you
Yeah,
any,
you go-
Lobo. If you keep
There's no
asking, he's
need
not going
to.
to give you any. There you go.
All right, I got this. Like I said, I'm in my car. I'm sitting in this parking lot. If I'm going to measure from me to the store, you think that I'm going to somehow do anything other than set a horizontal and then measure horizontally from A to B? I mean, you think that you think there's another way to do it? Tell me. You think that they measured a globe? Tell me how you measure a globe without presupposing a globe. I mean, tell me how.
There you go. There you go. That's a question. Who wants to take that question and answer it? How
Can
can
I?
you measure the globe without presupposing?
I can drive in my car, and my car will tell me distance I have driven, and I know I can take my telescope or other device to tell me my exact location on Earth. I can see Polaris. I can adjust the Polaris. It will give me GPS, whatever. There are so many ways you can measure the distance. Your car is a good proof. You see, my sister lives in Australia.
Are those
and,
good? Yeah. You gotta keep it short because you mentioned many things to do.
Okay.
And we
You
got
can just use a car, drive 1 nautical mile. Does it change your latitude or longitude, whatever way you draw? We drove 1 nautical mile north, and it will change exactly 1 degree of latitude.
Yeah, you got like you got like, I don't know how many you have like presuppositions within that test of yours, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback, buddy.
Everywhere we
Here I
experience
posted.
motion, it's 1 degree every 69 miles.
Here I posted.
According to what?
picture. Here I posted picture of how we measure the globe without
You're measuring
presupposing
you guys are
anything.
measuring the sky. You're measuring the sky. It's not even like that tricky. You're straight up saying I'm measuring the sky to measure the ground. You're not even like being deceptive about it.
No, I
Well,
didn't.
if it's accurate results,
Yeah, sure. It's a
Well,
thing in the sky.
I posted a
What does it have
picture
to do
that
with the ground?
I posted a picture that I know you dislike.
I'm not looking at it.
This big. Well, you're not looking at it. That's very good. That is measuring the globe without presupposing anything.
Right. I know. I've seen it. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody sees a dome. We all see this. This dome.
No, the dome.
Back to the beginning. I like it. Hey, there you go. That shout out to Fred Bailey. He told us to rewind the show for an hour. There you go. Back to the dome.
But yeah, let me get a break right now. I got to go into the store that's in this parking lot. I'll listen.
Oh. Feedback from the YouTube chat. They say that NoTanks is brain dead. I agree. Go ahead, no more joke.
Have you ever had a problem when it's raining and you look up and that you tend to want to drown? I mean, I'm not sure that you have the intellectual capacity for this conversation. It's raining out. I'm going to drown. What can I do to solve this problem?
I just find it so alarming to where they say, oh, you presuppose the globe. No, we learned shape first. Then we moved on to dimension. So we're making dimensions across the shape we already predetermined, not presupposed.
But as far as like distances go and stuff, you could have a ship that's sunk where, that's not in the normal shipping route lanes. They give you their latitude and longitude of where they were when they sunk. You go to that latitude, longitude, you'll find it, even though very few people have ever been there, if any. You'll know the exact distance it'll take you to get there. Sorry, there's no question that the latitudes and longitudes correspond to distinct, unique positions on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, it's so simple. You just can take a measuring tape, whatever, or bendy ruler, and you make sure that your globe is up in the scale, and you just measure distances between two cities, usually using the ruler, and you multiply it, and you get the proper distance. I mean, plus, minus, whatever error is there. But try to do it on the flat Earth, you get nowhere. You can measure
Measuring tape. You say I can grab a measuring tape and measure something.
Yeah, on the
shape of
globe
Earth.
and multiply it with the scale of the globe, and you get distances between the cities.
Well, I can't. Let's say I'm in Largo, Florida. If I want to measure to Clearwater, right? There's not a straight road. There's not a over the houses, the buildings. How do I do it? Then, if you are asking me to do that, if I want to do it.
I mean a globe, not as a Earth. I mean like a globe that you have in the classrooms.
Oh, on a globe. Oh, okay, I thought you meant in reality, in real life.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
like the
okay.
scaled, because I mean, you can get the globes that are like a classroom globes, but some of them they are not. Most of them they are not in the scale. But if you get a good one that is in the scale, you can just measure it with the ruler and multiply by the scale, and you get the proper distance between the
Right.
cities. It's so easy to do. I don't know why Flat Earth has never tried that.
Yeah, my little 4-inch globe that I got that probably cost $1.59 gives me pretty damn reliable results.
So what do I do next? I measure. I found a big globe, right? And then I measure from whatever Los Angeles to, I don't know, Argentina or something like that, right? Or you want me to do to east to west, whatever, right? And then I find a flat map, flat Earth, and I measure, and it's different measurements. What then? What do I conclude out of that?
Just go to, for example, the airports. They have all the flying distances between the cities, and I have to know the distances because
Yeah, but I measured 3 inches.
Oh, you multiply by the scale of the globe, for example.
Oh, okay.
You know the scale is 1 to 1 million or whatever the globe is scale. So when you multiply it, you get distance.
With me, I did it with known distances, like from Florida to New York. And I took a little piece of string and I measured out that distance. And then I just, made increments of that on my string. And I had now a ruler that I could use anywhere on Earth. And it seems to always come up accurate with, claimed flight times and stuff like that.
Yeah, that NoTanks, he's just trolling. I mean, he gets on airplanes. He has no no real doubt. He just likes to make that, you know, goofy voice of his and just sound stupid.
But if I'm on a plane, and I want to go west, I'll be going. I mean, what's the speed? What's the speed that I have to go?
Don't do it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Don't do it, Jose.
I'm in Puerto Rico, right? I want to take off to the west. I want to go to LA, and I gotta go like, I don't know, man. What the velocity I have to go?
Oh, I don't know, 1,500 miles per hour.
All right. But we press a button, right, that is zero it before we take off. I press the button that zero it. Because it's already going 1,000. I just zero it and it's showing me like 500, right? It doesn't show me the extra 1,000 unless I add it up to my system.
Yep, that's kind of true.
Okay.
We usually start from Earth-centric measurements when we're measuring places on the Earth.
Yeah, if you want to go west, you just need to jump up and the Earth will spin under you.
Why isn't the surface of the Earth the neutral, the default, like 0 miles per hour and 0 psi? Why does it have to be already 1,000 miles per hour in the equator and 14.7 psi on the surface? Why can't it be 0?
I spit in your general direction, Jose.
That was a question. Come on.
Actually, I think it's I fart in your general direction.
So if you speed, right,
Yes.
you've been speeding 1,000 miles per hour plus whatever velocity the speed goes, 2 or 3 miles per hour too. Wow.
By the way, if anybody would be interested, there is the link in the chat for the video how of that variable star. You can see the ripples, kind of like waves of the light, and that's how we calculate the distance to that particular star.
Will this be
Right.
evidence or proof or something easy to understand?
Yeah, for example, if you know the angular size of the ripple, you know the speed of the light, you know exactly. There's a timestamp like 743, I think. You can move it to 743. So basically, he asked astronomers, his friends on his Discord, who has a good telescopes, and so he's got. And yeah, you can have a look. You will see the ripples. So the ripples are actually the light waves when the star shines brightly and when it dims out. So you can measure the angular distance, and based on the speed of the light, you can actually measure the distance to the star.
Bullshit! I'm sorry, I was coughing. Bullshit! I was coughing. Let's hear this.
When it's inactive. Can you see what I'm seeing, folks? No dark shadows, but ripples traveling through the nebula at the speed of
And these are amateur telescopes.
amazing.
How do we know that these ripples are emitting from the nebula and going at the speed of light? How do we know that? We got to presuppose that these pulses are going through the nebula and that it's traveling through the speed of light. We got to imagine that and presuppose that, because we don't know if that far away or whatever distance that is, if the speed of light works the same. We don't know that. Nobody knows.
You can see the star brightening and darkening. That's why we know that it comes from the star. And also, we got the better.
What if it's coming from right behind the star? What if it's coming from right next to?
Pardon? No.
Jose,
That was the hamster.
If you keep playing it for a little bit, there is also from Hubble much better resolution, and basically Hubble is a bigger telescope. And just a little bit further, and we will compare it to the Hubble, what Hubble captured. And based on the angular size and the speed of the light, we know how far is the star. Yeah, you had it over there, the better one from Hubble. It was there somewhere around.
Is the speed of light the same from that far away than what we can measure on Earth or whatever? Is that a constant everywhere? Will it change the physics, the laws of physics, because nobody knows how it be the behavior of this area where this star is?
Well, they know the mass of the stars, so they can pretty much calculate how what's the speed of the light over there, but it doesn't vary too much. It's just very. This is from Hubble. You can see like the waves of the light. You can see.
Yeah,
the
but
star
this is a computer generated bullshit. The one in the left. This
no,
one in the
that's,
left is
that's
computer
Hubble.
generated bullshit.
That's Hubble. You can see the spikes too. So you see there's a Newtonian telescope that did it because the spikes come from the Newtonian telescope. You know,
So
each telescope has the different spikes. Yeah, I mean that's a Hubble. I mean what Photoshop would call a CGI, yes. And the right one is made from amateur telescopes. Basically, they are not in the space, so we don't get a very good view of it. But yeah, like it's pretty much similar, and you can see even in amateur telescopes, you can see the ripples over there.
So this video is showing that the star is somehow pulsating or emitting some.
It's brightening and darkening. It's brightening and darkening. So when it gets brighter, the gas around it gets brighter too. When it darkens,
Yeah, it's brightening and darkening.
darker.
What does that have to do?
There's
Fuck, my
gas
microphone
around
keeps shutting off. I'm sorry about that. My microphone keeps turning it off. What does that have to do with the shape of the Earth, with the Earth whatsoever? This video, nothing, right? It's just showing that a star is brightening and darkening. That's it.
It's showing the distance. How we calculate the
No,
distance of stars.
What do you mean that's showing the distance? So what? It's showing the distance. So what? Away from the flat Earth, it have nothing to do with the globe.
To the star. To the
from
star.
the Earth, from the surface of the Earth to the star, right? It's showing the distance.
Get him, Jose.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there you go. So now you got a distance to the star from the flat Earth. It has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see that you figured out, and you guys, the Hubble and the telescope saw something in the sky and a star pulsating, but it has nothing to do. I mean, like agreeing with anything or disagreeing, it's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, have nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
For example, it's 2,500 light years away. So why don't we see it in both hemispheres, on north and south? If it's so far away, we should see it from both hemispheres, not just from the one hemisphere. Yes.
It have nothing to do with the
will never
star
set in the
pulsating.
night sky.
All it has to do is we could skip all of this, and you talk about the specific star. You say that star you cannot see it from the northern and southern hemisphere. That's the argument. But the pulsation and all that shit, it's all kind of nonsense. It's bullshit.
Well, we can take pictures. I took picture of that nebula actually by myself with my small telescope. I mean, I didn't do the time lapse like they did, but just did one night, you know. But there are people who certainly have a good telescopes and they do time lapses of those.
I do like this. You're talking about it gives you an angular size that you can now work from to determine distance. And once you get the angular size, it's like, wow, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, because not many people know that you can, based on the angular size of the telescope, you can actually calculate the distance to the star based on the ripples that the star, because it's variable star.
So this is all about the distance
brightens,
to the
you know,
star.
exactly.
It's all about the distance to the star, nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. Thank you again.
Well, indirectly.
You keep talking about the distance to the star. I couldn't get. We don't. Yeah, I don't want to. Nobody knows what the distance to the stars is. Let's start in there, and then we can argue about the shape of the Earth again.
Well, it's a good talking point for intelligent people.
Exactly, and we're not. I'm not intelligent. I don't want to hear intelligence today. I'm sorry. That's it. I say let's be entertaining. Let's not be teachers who are not entertaining. Actually, I say that in the beginning of the show today. So if you want to keep participating, don't just be intelligent. Be entertaining too. Be funny, man. It's not funny for real. I hate boring classes, and it's starting to feel like that. No thanks. What do you think? Does it have anything to do with the shape of the Earth, the star, and all that stuff? I'll take the firm, and I gotta take a break, a drink break.
Yeah, I mean, it has something to do with that we measure it from a flat plane distance to a light in the sky. That's about all it has to do with it.
That wasn't entertaining, Hank.
Yeah, right in the sky that we know the distance of. We know it's
You
not
already told me earlier you only know
6,000
the distance if you
miles.
go to something, so
We
stop
know
it.
it's not 6,000 miles. And yet it rises and sets just like
So we
the
need to make a
sun.
map of the ground by confirming and going to that location, but we don't need to do that with the sky. I got you. We can't even do it with the ground without going there and confirming it, but you can do it with a light in the sky.
Yes, we can. Or you say
Sure.
we can. You can't tell the position of something on the ground without going there. We have satellites.
Satellites, yeah, satellites, sure. I mean, there might be some
Satellites.
things up in the air floating around. I don't deny that things float
Well,
around up
they
in the air.
don't go there. They're up there and telling you where is this point on the ground without going there.
What we need to do is build a laser telescope that you can actually bounce off the moon that's bright enough that it will illuminate the moon. I want to see the moon turn green.
Sure. We will
I never checked. Do
give up
those craters,
electricity for a few
the
years.
shadows on the shadows of those craters, do the shadows change direction? With the
You're breaking up, man. We're not getting what you're saying. Try again.
I guess I'm driving. Let's go back.
You broke up really bad there, yeah. This proof is way too serious for me. Let's not talk about the blinking stars and shit like that. Lights in the sky, fuck's sakes. The hell? Shit.
Why not? Jose, he said we can't see more than 6,000 miles. And this star is more than 6,000 miles.
That is a good point.
Why is the moon wobbling in this image that people shared?
Vibration.
That's called, it's called libration, and it proves that the moon is not flat because you can see like 54% of the surface.
How do you know that the hologram isn't just changing?
The hologram is changing. The fact that we can bounce radio waves off of it and the lasers, and that's not possible on a hologram.
It might be like a bald cap, see, from the top. So it's not flat. It's not flat, but it's not a sphere either. It could be like a ball cap. It would be hollow in the inside or something.
I'm not sure a bowl answers the question of vibration.
A bowl, I think, is the only, besides a sphere, a bowl can shape it.
Yeah, but I don't think a bowl would have the same effect from vibration because you would see the inner edge of that bowl from many different angles. It's only when it curves out of you that it would help. So that would be always in.
Yeah, but it'd be slightly like going in. It's not like right in the half. It's little in, because when you pull the ball cap, it's got to be really tight. So it's close. It's narrower than the actual center, you know. I'm just grasping at straws now. And then is this? Larry said that this is Earth's shadow as the moon passes through the penumbra. What is the penumbra here? What is that?
I don't know. I've never actually gotten that straight in my head. So I just say umbra and penumbra being the same thing to me.
Larry, what is the umbra and the penumbra here?
That's the dark cone of blocked sunlight by the Earth. It's the shadow.
Yeah, this is the shadow from here to here, the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the
Earth. What is umbra and what is penumbra?
There is, where in the areas where you're seeing a partial eclipse, you end up with that hazy. So there's two cones. One is sharp and dark, and the other one is partial and light. I don't know, you need one of those NASA diagrams.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this has no umbra or penumbra. It's the Earth's.
Mike.
Breaking up.
Fuck! I keep turning off my mic. What's going on? This piece of shit. So in this view, the moon, we're looking at. There's no umbra or penumbra in this shot. When we talk about umbra and penumbra, is it the Earth, what we need in the background, and the diagram where the shadow of the moon is coming in?
They're both in the picture.
What is umbra and penumbra here in this picture?
Penumbra, I think, is the Sizeberry is a full shadow, and umbra
The what?
is
Sizeberry. That's what I heard.
full shadow. Full shadow.
Full shadow.
So like.
No,
So
that's
if you would be
umbra.
standing on the moon, you would not. That's umbra. Oh, sorry. So umbra is a full shadow. So if you would be standing on the moon, you would not see the sun. You would see only the atmosphere of Earth refracting the sunlight. Penumbra is the part where you would, if you stand on the moon, the sun.
No, we're
would be,
not. We're looking at the moon in here in this image. I understand the other part that what you're about to tell me. I don't understand it. There's an umbra and penumbra in this image right here.
Yes, the whole part of the picture is penumbra.
Okay,
Because,
that's it. There's no umbra here. It's penumbra. This from here to here. Yeah, the whole shadow.
That's umbra. Yeah.
Okay,
the whole
thank you very
shadow.
much.
And
That's
the
it.
rest of it would be penumbra and would be probably gradually, if you got away from the center, it would be gradually brightening the moon. So even the moon leaves umbra, is still in penumbra, and it takes time until it will reach its full brightness. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen partial solar eclipse.
Let me
yeah.
Let me do an exercise. Moyok, explain to me now what umbra and penumbra is. That's the
Okay,
exercise.
man, I'll never know.
You see, Lubo, you're not that good at explaining, Lubo, because Moyok cannot explain it to me. He got it. Somebody got to translate it to me, so somebody should be able to explain it easier.
I haven't
All right,
finished.
let's stop for 1 second. Okay, umbra, is umbra the fuzzy part or the place where there's complete obscuring of the sun?
Yes.
That's all I
Beautiful,
need.
man.
I use the two words together just to mean it's the fuzzy and then complete part.
Yes, the umbra is the total darkness.
Penumbra is total?
No.
Let me check on Stingray. I'm gonna check on Stingray's stream
Okay.
to see what he got.
It's got something to do with that fucking Latin shit. I don't know it, so it probably is completely apparent to anybody who understands Latin.
Hey, we got. Go ahead, Moyok.
Penumbra is the.
Wait, Stingray's got a diagram, and I think I see like a darker shadow, a lighter shadow. I might be able to understand it with this. What's going on here, man? What's up?
Okay, so this lovely cube is casting a shadow. Now, unfortunately, the light source I've set to be larger than the shadow casting object, which means we have, like someone mentioned, there's two cones. We can tell we've got a telltale sign that there's two cones and the light source is bigger because we've got a soft shadow area and then a solid shadow area. Now, the bigger I make the light source, the smaller the shadow area of the box will become. Now, inside is the umbra. Then from the inside to the outside of the shadow, which starts going from solid to soft, is penumbra. There you go.
Dark part of the shadow is umbra, and And what encompass everything, the dark and the lighter the shadow, that's the penumbra. Thank you very much. I think I got it. Or
Yeah,
just
may
the
I
light
point out-
part is penumbra, just the lighter part, or is it the whole thing?
May I point out on the picture you would not see actually penumbra because the photographer adjusts for the brightness of the moon.
But I'm watching that what Stingray is showing. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, I mean the before picture where you couldn't actually find out which one is penumbra. It's because the brightness moon is adjusted by the photographer, so it's always exposed in a proper way.
Yeah, but right here, the dark part of this cube of the shadow, that's umbra.
Yeah.
Is the light part of the shadow penumbra, or is penumbra the whole shadow, including the umbra? That's my question.
The bright part,
The lighter part of the shadow, that's the penumbra.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just heard from Flat Earth Data. I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Stingray. You refused to share your data set with him from your model.
Oh yeah, no, that is very correct.
Oh my God.
Well, I spent a lot of time on that. Plus, it's got some commercial 42K tech. Well, it's actually got some commercial 12 and 24K textures, and then it's got a now nighttime city light that's 42K texture that I created, and it's just a lot of work. I'd give it to someone genuinely interested, but not to a retard like Flat Earth Data.
Oh man, I told him that there's no way that you wouldn't do that. You're killing me, man. I called him a liar.
The Stingray.
Well, that's still true.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can call him that, and you're probably right about so many other occurrences. Don't worry.
The Stingray, I got an exercise for you. I think I might have to tell you. I know people is tired. I call it the moon paradox, right? I got 2 cell phone cameras, and I'm leaning against my house. So I put the phone up. It doesn't have any zoom, so I kind of see the moon in the middle of the screen, right? So I hit recording in that phone, click, and it's recording. The moon is there, right? And then I hit recording in my other phone. I'm pointing at the moon, just pointing at it. Hit recording. I start walking away to the end of the street really quick. I go running, and my phone is like locked to my face. So I'm looking at the moon. The moon is following me. The moon is going above the house, above the trees, and it's going at the end of the street. And then when I come back, the moon is walking with me, coming back with me, right? It's going above the trees, above the house. And then when I reach my house and I look at the phone that is recording, the moon is right there. What I expect to see, and then I hit stop recording. When I play the videos, what I expect to see in the phone that I left in my house is the moon in the screen. And when I start walking away, the moon will leave the frame, and because it's walking with me, the moon now in my other phone. So the moon is walking with me. So there's nothing in the phone recording in the house. And then when I get back from across the street, the moon will come back to view in my phone, and I hit stop the recording. Is that reality? Please explain to me what's wrong there or what's right there. Is the moon walking with me, or is the moon stay in the house?
The moon, all you're getting there is a parallax effect of the fraction of distance that you observe very close is great. So you might walk 20 meters and your house will get 3 times smaller. Now, the walking those 20 meters and then having a look at what happens to the size of the moon, it doesn't change. And that's because those 20 meters compared to 250,000 miles were nothing. And all you're seeing there is both motion and size reduction based on the fraction that you move based on the overall distance, and we call that parallax. So it's just a parallax effect. But it would be cool if, for Flat Earth to work, the moon would have to follow you.
So
follow everybody.
So what is happening then exactly? Do we have infinite amount of moons, and they all belong to each one of us?
Yeah, personal.
But they are also in the same place.
It's just optical effects. It's optics. That's all it is. It's just optics.
No thanks. What do you think? Is the moon in one place, or is the moon a sentient being that will follow you everywhere?
Well, you see it differently where you are than where he is. That's all you're talking about. Yeah, so it's relative. Everything is relative, like you explained earlier, to your position. That's all you're saying.
Holy shit!
That's funny because
we learned something today.
When I take picture of the moon in China, it looks exactly like the picture of the person who took the same picture of the moon at the same time in America. Why?
Because I'm Batman.
Well, to expand on what you said, Jose, you must run very fast and come back home very fast. Because if you are not fast enough, the moon will actually leave the reference frame of your phone. Because
In 2 minutes?
In
2 minutes?
2 minutes. 2 minutes, no. 2 minutes is fast. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you leave your phone like for 1 hour, it's possible that in 1 hour you come back and it will be 15 degrees away from the window, so you may not see it in your phone.
Oh no, yeah, it's 2 minutes. 2 hours. I was gonna say what the
Is
hell.
it not because of the lens is being programmed?
I think the lens might be programmed, and then you're always gonna see the moon there. This is pre-programmed, like all the telescopes, even the $20 Walmart telescopes are pre-programmed to see Saturn rings and moons of Jupiter and shit like that. Do you think there's a trick to the telescopes? No thanks. I heard that before, that argument. I think that's silly, right? No thanks. What do you think about the telescopes?
You're probably talking to equatorial mounts that tell you to look down beneath your feet at like Saturn when it's above you. It's like ridiculous. Right? You're talking about just like the coordinates, how they or maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Stingray, you're up on screen again. I see kind of a flat-ish map. Is that like a bowl flat map?
No, this is just the flat Earth. Beautiful, amazing flat Earth. And we're looking at the moon. We're looking at the moon from China. And then if we look at the same moon at the same moment in time from, let's say, Florida, it looks a little bit different because it's a different angle. And we'd be able to see a different side. But that's not what happens. Weird, huh? China, Florida.
I like your 3D animations.
China, Florida.
Yeah.
So isn't that what we see? We see I mean, no, we see it like a wheelbarrow, like a turning wheel, right? Like a wagon wheel turning. That's what we see, right?
We never see this edge of the moon that we're looking at right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Far side. Yeah, what do you think, no thanks?
Sorry, say again.
Well, I hear you guys. What about Gary? Why do you call out Gary? He's probably not that busy. But yeah, we see one side of the moon. There's this excuse given that the moon spins at the same rate as the Earth. Ridiculous, right? So that we don't notice any other side of the moon. It's just nonsense. All measured from the surface of the Earth. Yeah.
So how do you think, if not that, how do you think it works? Is it the moon is a spherical object in the sky, or is it other shape or something?
I don't know. It looks. People have mapped out the moon as well as the Earth. So I could ask the map makers what they think it is.
So if the moon is seen from very far away places where the moon should be visible, and we still see the same face, how is that explained in a shape?
It's explained that it's not moving. Yeah, it's not spinning. It's not rotating because we see one face and one face only, no matter where we are on Earth. Like if we're in the north or the south, like if we're right under the sun, right at the equator, we're right under the moon, if we're at the equator, looking right up at it, and then we move to the north, right, we're going to see one side, right, up something straight up, and if we move south, we'll see the not other side, but we'll see the other, the bottom of it, top of it, bottom of it. That's all we see. We don't see.
So it's a spherical. Oh, hold on, Jake. So you think it's a spherical object, like planet type of a
Yeah, I
spherical
think that
object?
when I were to take a picture of it, right, and then put that, print it out, and then draw a circle. Yeah, it's a circle.
So a circle as for a flat circle, or as for a spherical object. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. It shows itself as a circle. That's it. With one side, one face. That's it.
So you say it's a like a stamp, like a paper. I peel it out and stick it on the dome or whatever.
I don't know. There's a reason that dogs howl at it. I don't know what the moon is, right? But it presents itself as one.
But that's
face.
we're trying to figure out the argument, because if it was a spherical object, it doesn't work, because we will see different faces of the moon.
I
But
agree.
if it's a flat, but if it was a flat object, then like just a circle like a plate, big circular piece of plate, then we will see a different shape as oval, more oval from one side and another, or shallow and.
Well, same thing with the sun. How far are you saying we see the sun from the moon from one location to another? How much should it change from one location to another location? He's saying he sees it in China at the same time that I see it in America.
But he doesn't see the different face of the moon, like more of the moon, as we should in reality.
Yeah.
If we should in reality.
Right.
So what is going on then? If that cannot happen in reality, the moon being seen in two places, if it's not a spherical object, but being a spherical object on a flat surface gives you the issues that you should see different faces. But we don't.
So,
in reality, we don't see different faces.
Right, and that's the reality. That's it. That's the reality. Whatever concept you come up with for it is not reality.
Perfect.
Right? The reality is
I'll
that
tell
all
you.
we see is one face.
All right, I'll tell you. Right, the Earth is a big sphere. The moon is another sphere. The moon is smaller, right? And it's tidal locked, like the Earth is spinning along with the rotation of the Earth. So we will always see the same face. And the Earth being a sphere, that conforms with every single human being that observes the moon and what's going on in reality. Thank you very much. Welcome to the globe.
Yeah, is it moving in a plane? The orbit of the moon is in a plane.
You tell me. If you don't understand, if you don't think that it works the way it works, then you tell me. Don't ask me. I don't believe that.
It would have to be a very big
Yeah,
plane.
you told me you had a concept in the script.
Like a
reality.
747 maybe.
Yeah, the reality is that it presents itself as one face, and that's it. And when you go to the north, you see the top, and when you go to the south, you see the bottom, and that's it. You see nothing else. You don't see any kind of rotation. You see no spinning. This is all this tidal locking is just an excuse for why it's not moving. And what we observe in reality is that it's not moving. So I mean, describe not moving.
There's a problem. There's a problem when you look at it from right. If I'm looking at it from my perspective, and someone else on the flat Earth is looking at it from a different location on flat Earth, they should be seeing a totally opposite side. Right.
Under your
so if I'm looking at it, like if I'm looking at a sphere hanging from the top of my ceiling in my house, and I walk to the other side of the room, I'm going to see one side, and then like my wife on the other side, she's going to see the other side of the sphere. That means on Earth, we're talking about a flat Earth, and there's the moon hanging, like rotating above. Someone's going to see the bottom of the moon. Someone's going to see the back of the moon. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you take a flat piece of paper and you hang it on the ceiling, right? And
No, I didn't say a flat piece of paper. I said a sphere.
Entertain the flat piece of paper. Entertain the flat piece of paper.
Yeah. So a flat piece of paper on the ceiling, right? If I move away from it, is it still going to be a circle?
Amen.
Yes, in reality, it's still a circle. If it's a flat,
no, it's going to be like an oval shape, right?
It's going to be.
In reality, it's still a circle, man.
But it's still. But if I'm looking, sure. If I'm looking directly up at it, yeah. But if I start moving away from it, now it's going to start looking at it like an oval.
At what distance? How far away do you have to get until it turns into an oval?
As soon as I start moving.
Can you show me that?
You can do that yourself right now.
Stand by.
You proposed it. Can you imagine it? Do you propose that? There is a flat piece of paper in the ceiling. Go ahead, Stingray.
I mean, I'm staring at this. I'm staring at a window right now, right? Like it's a square window, and I'm gonna move like 4 steps to the left, still square. 4 steps to the right, it's still square. So go ahead. What were you telling me about?
Yeah,
move a little further than that. With your eyes.
So, just really quickly, if I make this moon right now a flat disk,
yes.
Let's have a look at what it looks like from all over the beautiful flat disk Earth.
Hey man, I want to see this. I think I've seen this before, but it's beautiful. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I got one too. Let's do
Let's have a look at what would happen with this disk transiting the sky.
Yeah, all kinds of oval shapes.
This does not comport to reality. Now, even if for one of these, I made it orientate to that single individual so that it still looked to be a circle. Then all it would take is for another observer somewhere else on this big, beautiful flat Earth to see that it's definitely not. And this is just a matter of 1,000 miles. I've just moved across India to the other side of India, and now it doesn't look like a circle anymore. It did for the person in India, but that's why this doesn't match reality. The thing that does match reality, including the orientation, the up vector of the observer, and thus the resulting orientation of the moon, is when you're on a
Can
globe.
you show me before you go on with that? Can you show me something that you see 1,000 miles away?
Sorry, say
and
say
how
that
it would
again.
change?
Say that again.
I mean, show me an example of seeing something 1,000 miles away. I want to see what it looks like.
Another 1,000 miles.
No, just just where we at? Let me see. With live stream.
Yeah, Stingray live stream. Yeah.
Hey, NoTanks, you do realize the farther away you put the moon, the worse it gets for you, because now you're.
I don't know.
now
I've
you're
never
really,
seen 1,000 miles. That's what I'm saying. Can you show me what 1,000 miles
Yeah,
away?
like I said, the farther away you put the moon from a flat Earth, the worse it gets for your model.
Just
You
show me
have
what
to have it
1,000
really
miles looks like.
Yeah, so here we're probably about 2,500 miles away because it's up in the air, the moon, or this moon is. Are you watching the live stream, by the way?
With the 2 hands? No.
No, not the 2 hands. It's not my live stream. It's the Stingray. The Stingray live stream.
Click on his link. Click on the Stingray. His live stream.
I've got a flat Earth open.
All right. Yeah, will you show me?
Yeah. So we've got the moon here, and now it's a flat surface that just happens to present as a circle for this observer who's currently, oh my God, North Korea. Yeah. So this is North Korea at the moment. Now, if we look at what someone would see over in India at this very same object, not only would it be at the wrong angle, it would be then the wrong shape.
Right. Okay. So what are you seeing 1,000 miles away that we can compare what it should look like at 1,000 miles away?
Well, this is wait a minute.
What in reality are you comparing to this demonstration of your reality?
You're just telling us if it was a flat disk on pasted on the dome.
Yeah, this
doesn't moved away from it. It would look like an oval.
You've seen a dome? In reality, you've seen the dome?
No, that's kind of why the dome doesn't.
What are we talking about?
Okay, well, dome. That debunks dome,
Show
right?
me reality. You're showing me.
All right, let's go back to Stingray. Let's try to understand what's on screen right now because NoTanks is watching Stingray screen and can figure it out.
So the takeaway from this is quite simply I say it can, other than magic, it can't be physically a disc that is kind of flat.
Well, you've shown. I've seen your screen. You've shown nothing in reality to show me that this reality couldn't work in that reality. You show me nothing in reality to demonstrate reality.
So
because Earth is not flat.
No.
Show me something in reality. Show me a real moon, a real ground. Show me something real.
Well, there is no difference between the camera that's actually inside this pitted dome here and this object. I could make it out of paper mache. It's just easier on a computer. This has
and then
got
you'll show me paper mache at 1,000 miles, or what?
No, because it scales.
Scale is the thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I can demonstrate to you that this software can represent what we see in reality. It can do brute force ray tracing. It can do absolutely everything you want, and it matches what a camera would see. I can physically do that for you. And when I test the globe or any of our current scientific understanding, it matches 100%. 100% of the time, all the time. So it's not like this is random, because if it were random, then it wouldn't even match our reality, yet it matches our reality 100% of the time.
Yeah, but you're putting things in your reality to a point where you would never, you're just, whatever point you need, you'll never see the difference. That's the reality you're in. Like, we'll put the stars as far as it needs to be so that we'll never see any difference. We'll put the stars at infinity, we'll put the planets at a trillion miles. Show me that in reality. Show me a trillion miles in reality.
Yeah, walk outside and look at the moon or the sun.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about show me things at a trillion miles in reality, that statement makes no sense to me, because I can show you things at 100 centimeters and say, this is what it looks like given this field of view, and nothing changes, nothing. I just scaled it all down.
That's the problem. We don't understand scale.
Right. Yep.
But anyway, this is
scale on a computer program. Yeah, show me in reality.
Well,
that's cool though. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
You can do it with a frisbee. Jesus Christ, just pin one to your wall and have it facing you, and then walk 20 feet to the left and take a photo of it and tell me that it's still a circle. It ain't. That's all I've shown here.
Thank you.
There's a picture. I don't know if anybody remembers this picture.
Yeah, but I'm still on Stingray because
no, you're good.
Maybe he can model. This picture shows all our eclipses.
No, this is I'm not sure if it's an eclipse, but yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure, but what it shows is that it shows the moon
from different parts of the
places
world
on Earth.
Okay.
But the stars are in a fixed position.
Yeah, this is too advanced, man, for us now today. We're still on paper mache, bro.
I mean, it should be pretty. It should be a pretty obvious thing that if the
moon was a sphere, I heard. Yeah, if the moon was a sphere, which it would do.
If the moon was if the moon was a flat disk, then we would see it would change shape as soon as they start moving away from it. Also, if it was a sphere hanging over a flat Earth, people would be seeing different sides of the moon.
If the moon was A, B, C, D, E, you have no idea what the moon is, but I hear you have no idea.
It would have so that would mean it would have to be really far away for everyone on Earth to always see the same side. There's no other way around that.
As long as it's a rock, right? It has to be a rock.
No,
it's a rock. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's almost like if someone was standing next to me, we're both looking at a car about a mile away. We're both going to see the same side of the car, right? But if that car was really close to us, and I step to the left about 5 feet, I'm going to see a different side of the car than he is.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Those are things in reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think that the moon is something like a material, like a car?
Well, it's not. Regardless of what you think it is, it's about how we see it. I mean, it could be made of cheese, or like it could be made of cheese for whatever.
Right.
Show me.
Okay.
Show me it. If you cannot show me stuff, I win. Shout out to M Stone.
Well, that's just if you don't know what the moon is, you don't know what the moon is. Neither do I. I mean, you want to know what it's made out of. Go grab a piece of it. A piece of the moon came back and was found to be a petrified tree. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the moon is either.
I love it. Memes.
Have we gone down the road of showing the moon from Australia's point of view to the Northern Hemispheres? Hello, Jose. Sorry I'm late.
Hello. It's all good.
Back to my question. Did we actually go down that road?
No, we haven't entertained that yet. No, thanks. We got an image with the moon oriented in two different ways. One is in the United States, one is in Australia. Why does it show like they're opposite like that? Like, I don't know, the orientation.
Why does it show it? It shows it is the point, right? So the point is that it shows it and it would work just fine with any other object, right? I don't know the size or the distance or how it projects into our vision. Like, I don't know what layer of the sky we're seeing the moon bounce off of, how much it's refracted. I don't know any of these things, right? But it presents itself as non-moving. And then when you go north, right, you see one side. You go south, you see another side. You go east, you see another side. You go west. You never see the back side, the dark side of this moon. If it was a physical object, you would see other sides that we do not see. People will show a wobbling moon, right? Like look, it's wobbling. You can see more and less of it. It's not what we're seeing, right? Or more of it is lit up, or less lit up. It's not wobbling, you know.
Let's see how Terry is going to answer this. Terry.
So what you're saying is, from your viewpoint, when you're looking at the moon, you're seeing the orientation, and then when I'm looking at the moon at night and I see a different orientation, but I'm looking at it from a different direction.
Yeah.
But it's a different orientation.
Orientation, you're seeing like the top. Like if we were to take the moon right north, south, east, west on it, you're seeing a different face of the moon. A different what?
No, it's still the same side of the moon, but it's orientated.
Right. That's awesome. I mean, that's great.
I wonder if Dean would be able to help out with that. Have you done anything with that, Dean, at all in your modelling for how the flat Earth is?
Believe it or not, I haven't. I haven't actually put the moon in, but I can, not now, but I can do a give me your location, set the phase of the moon, and I'll tell you what it'll look like in your sky. Same as I've done here with the sun, and I'll be able to tell you exactly the orientation and exactly what the photo is going to look like for any location on the planet, at any point in the nighttime sky. I'll be able to tell you what orientation the moon is just by simply rotating the planet that we're on.
Just for my clarification, what part of the sky is the moon in when you usually have a moon at, say, at your zenith? What is it, in your northern part of your sky or the southern part of your sky, or is it overhead? In the northern hemisphere. In USA or Britain, wouldn't matter, would it?
It depends. It transitions, doesn't it?
But it's not in the southern part of your sky, is it?
But at some point yes, it actually, only for a brief period, yes. I think it is.
Interesting.
And that's because people think that the Earth, and I this is something I learned new. People think that the Earth is this 23.5 degree axial tilt, and we're actually not. We transition between 21.3 degrees and 24 point something, which, because we're oscillating on that axis. I haven't built that into any of my models yet because it's easier just to say averages at 23.5. But that oscillation can actually, at the extremes, when you're looking at the horizon, because of the acute angle or the glancing angle that you're looking at things at the horizon, it can actually make quite a large difference. And that's why in Australia, in Perth, people are confused at like 19 degrees, 119 degree sunrise, like flat Earth data is. What they don't realize is that's the little bit of refraction, the way that sunrise is classified on time and day, and that's when the tip of the sun breaks the horizon and you can see it, the physical sun, and then you've got refraction on top of that, and then at that moment you can actually have the 24.4 degree extent of the oscillation of the axial tilt, which accumulates.
Good times.
I love the way I just killed the room there. That's awesome.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna stay 10 or 15 minutes. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like and hit me up. I haven't get any super chats today. Maybe I'll get one. I got a PayPal earlier. Shout out to Jomungus for $10. So if anybody want to support, hit me up or jump in on Discord and talk to us. Go ahead, Terry.
I was just going to say, Dean, yeah, you killed the room with evidence, not just an opinion.
Yeah, no, I wanted to ask no tanks. Tanks? That's weird. I've got a model here on screen at the moment of the globe, and all I did is I went away and I looked at what people say the globe is, the size that it is, the distance of things, and how much it rotates. And I compared the results of sticking an observer on this globe and rotating it to where the sun is going to rise and where it's going to set, and what about the Terminator line, night and day. And all of it matches by simply me rotating the sphere. So even if this wasn't true, this would be 100% useful.
Yeah, it's useful if you want to stay in your little boxes. That's fine. Yeah. If you don't want to travel further south, if you don't want to explore uncharted areas, then use it. Yeah.
No, I mean, this works. If you tell me where you are, I will tell you where the sun rises tomorrow, give or take 1 or 2 degrees, because instead of the axial oscillation.
Yeah, but I can just live here and tell you where the sun rises. Why was that useful?
No, I can show you that a globe model and rotating it will predict exactly the same thing as your reality all the time.
You don't know that. How do you know that? Have you confirmed that with everybody that it rises?
I've confirmed it with loads of people, and I'm willing to do it with you now.
Hey, Dean, do you want me to find out whether my sun is north or south of east or west in my sunrise or sunset at the moment?
Oh yeah, nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool model. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of work put into it. There's on your part too. If you like the model, if you like pretending you live on a globe, then stay there. It's fine. It's not,
but it's the measurements and observations that you can't explain. We can.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Listen, I'm sure you can. I mean, I'm sure you can come up with a model that doesn't really fit reality, but fits like one part of it, like the sun. And then you put the air into it, and it doesn't fit. But that's great if you got, you had 5,000 people. How many people work on this model of the globe? I mean, you got what, like millions of people working on it, and you've come up with this so far, getting hit pretty hard by people like Brian Leakey on the internet, disproving sunrise and sunset at certain times. It's a shame. I mean, it's cool.
Can I just respond too quickly?
Yeah.
Just really quickly, Tara. So this, I'd agree with you, because I actually really tried to create a flat Earth model, by the way, and you won't believe me. I don't care whether you do or not. It's up to you. And I could get some things to work in isolation. I could never get more than one thing to work complementary to another thing. Now, when I say work, I mean I'll model it out as is the understanding or a potential understanding, and then I'll try and make a prediction against reality, something I can go outside and compare to, or ask someone else to compare. Now, on the flat Earth, I can get one thing to work for one observer, and I can get many things to work in isolation, but in direct contradiction to loads of other things. Now, this globe model that I'm currently sharing to everybody predicts many things simultaneously by just doing one thing, rotating the planet. And with
but you had to assume so many other things before that, and that's
wait a minute. I have to assume, yes, you're correct. On one model, I assumed the Earth was flat. On the other, I imagined.
No, you have to assume the way the light comes in. You have to assume the angle of incidence. You have to assume the density of the air. You have to assume a whole bunch of things. It's fine. Go ahead, live on that model if you want to live on a model. I live in reality.
Wait a minute. So let's just cover one of those things. Pick one, and I'll tell you how I've accounted for it.
Good, I guess.
Sorry, say again.
You said go. I said go ahead.
No, I said you started going on about loads of things. I haven't done this. I haven't done this. I haven't done this. Pick one, and I'll tell you how I have.
You have to go off of the work of everybody does. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, who are you or me to find out how the stars, the sun works, how light works, how far does light project, What's the brightest light we can? What's the densest air that a certain light travels in? How about a different frequency of light? Who are me or you to try these things out, right? But you have to just assume whatever they told you is true, and then work on a model based on whatever you're told, such as how light travels, such as how light travels through a medium, how it changes to another medium.
So let me get a quick comment. Let me get a quick comment, Stingray. Earlier, he asked you or told you, hey, if you believe you live in a globe and you want to keep living in the globe, hey, you're welcome to do that. You do that. Now, I would like to know, NoTanks, is there any other place to live besides a globe? Tell me. Tell
Yeah, you can just
Stingray,
live on
because
the Earth,
you offer him too. If he want to stay living in the globe, but if you got other options, offer him, and maybe he'll take that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, my option is to come to where I believe we live, right, and understand is on a stationary, non-moving, horizontal plane measured vertically. Right? So where we could go together is like you and me, right? We could start at one point, like standing together, right? Then we could diverge by 1 degree, like just pointing 1 degree away from each other and go further and further apart. That's the world that I live on. The world that you live on, we would come back together and never be able to get off of the globe.
Did he say measured?
You said what?
Did you say measured to be flat? Or you swallowed the flat quickly before?
Yeah, yes, measured based on a horizontal.
Or
vertical,
by whom?
horizontal, right?
By whom? I'd like to know.
Oh, okay. Every surveyor ever, right? But so
Every surveyor ever. You sure?
Yeah. So if he if what's his name wants to come and live on this earth, right? So I would start at one place, you would start another place. We would just
How many
kind of
surveys
diverge
you've been
1 degree
talking to?
apart, and then walk in a straight line, and we would never come back together. We would go
Will you
explore
move
new
to
places.
his Earth, Shaik? Will you move to his Earth?
First he was talking for 9 billion people. Now he's talking for all surveyors. How many surveyors you've been talking to?
Terry, you wanted to say something. I see your little blinking over there. What you got?
Oh yeah, I was just trying to set up this for the room for you. Over in Perth, there's a Google map. I put it in the side chat. I can't do live. I could do live, but it's a video as well. If people don't, if anyone doesn't disagree with direction, whether it be north, south, east, or west, that is how we used to know which way something is. We've got sunsets. I've got a sunset here that's been videoed. That's just a still from the video, and to show the direction of where the sun is setting, with the direction of the map that's above it, it's setting south of west from its orientation. Now it transits the sky in the sun, almost in the same way from the sunrise as well. But the sun doesn't go. I don't know, I haven't got a midday sun for that one. But the sun transits the sky directly almost overhead. Now that path, I couldn't see that being on a flat Earth, because then that means the sun would disappear off the side of the ice wall, so to speak, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't you say that it appears as if the sun is circling the south?
You mean the southern part of the
That's what I'm asking. Does it look like the sun is circling the south? Not the
Well, it doesn't transit in that direction in midday when it's at your zenith. It'd have to go further north or south in your sky.
Right, but then it goes back to the south. So it just like us, northern hemispheres, it looks like it's to brain dead people. The things that it circles the north, to you it looks like it circled the south.
Shaik
right
voted.
now.
Shaik voted. Everybody vote.
Yeah, I did vote.
Yeah, no, we take these simple observations, and once you work them out, there's no disagreement. I can't see why there's a disagreement.
I just want to go back to some of the things NoTanks was saying about the model. And I love this saying, we don't live on a model. No one thinks anybody lives on a model except fucking Barbie and Ken that are in a or something. I'm really sorry, but saying that is just childish bullshit. A model is a way to test your understanding of something, plain and simple. And the most common way to do it is with predictions. Now, when I make predictions of the orientation of the moon, where the terminator line is across the entire, I'm not going to say globe, across the entire landmass, and the exact path of the sun through the sky from any location on any day of the year, this model that I do not live on, that I use as an understanding, shows a pretty good understanding because it predicts 100% accurate. The flat Earth predicts 0% accurate. This does many things all at once. The terminator line, the orientation of the moon, the exact path of the sun through the sky. Plain and simple. If it weren't true, it's bloody accurate to say that it isn't untrue, to say that it's not true.
Are you saying spherical geometry seems to work? Hmm.
I wonder, Terry, in your picture, where does NoTanks think the sun is above at that time? Where should that be? Can choose any map he wants. You there, NoTanks?
Yeah, back to your moon thing while you're waiting for answers. It used to amaze me how we used to get the phases of the moon until I figured out what other shape could we live on to get the same phases as what you guys get in the northern hemisphere to what we get down here.
Well, we don't know what the moon is and how far it is and what shape it is, but we know the sun is above, somewhere above Earth, somewhere.
Yeah, over there
So
somewhere.
at that time that you took the picture, the sun set, it's above someone, somewhere on the globe, on Earth. Where is it? Where does Tank think it is, this place? Based on the direction and
Well, where's the sun for you at the moment? I've got the sun at the moment. You can have it back when I'm finished with it.
Yeah, the sun is just wherever it shows itself to be.
I'm asking you, not
Nothing complicated
wherever
to
it is, just point on the map to the place the sun is above when Terry take this picture.
I don't know about
He's in Australia, remember, and he's looking south to west.
Then that's where
You
the sun
find
is.
a place on Earth on any map of your choosing and tell me where is that sun above.
Yeah, I mean, listen, mainstream tells you.
No, I mean, it's the name of a place. You need to tell me.
The sky? Is that what you're talking about? The sky?
No, the ground. Who is it above? On the ground.
What are you talking about, man?
The sun is setting for Terry. South to east.
Good night, Terry.
To west. South to west.
South of west. Yeah, in that image that's taken. I forgot to put the time and date for that. When that
Never mind, it's south to west. At that time, you choose your map. I don't tell you which map to use. And tell me on above what place on Earth the sun is right above.
Yeah, that's how you make the map, man. I don't know what you're saying.
No, you make the map. I'm not telling you to make the map. I'm asking you.
Chike. I'm gonna have to stop talking to you, man, because you gotta stop cutting me off every time I say a word. But yeah, that's how you make a map, right? Like if you want to make a map of where the sun is, then you record where the sun is according to where you are on the ground. You make a map. You want me to point to a presupposed already made map to tell you where something is? I don't have that ability.
You didn't work it out yet.
Yeah, I haven't been to his location. No, I haven't been to his house in Australia. To then point up to the sun. That
You don't
mainstream
need to
tells you
be
is in
out of Australia.
that
You need to
mainstream
see where
tells
the
you is
sun
in
is above.
that mainstream tells you is in an apparent position different to everybody who's looking up at it. I mean, that's what the science tells you. Are you denying
No,
science?
there's only
I mean, what are
one
you saying?
place. There is only one place the sun is directly above.
Yeah, how many people can stand? How many people can stand directly below the sun and point straight up to it? And how large of an area?
Not very large. No.
Not very large. Is it just one place, or is it a lot of places? That is
It's
it only
between two
noon to one
places.
person at one time?
It's between the what you call them?
The time zones? I don't know. The longitude
between Capricorn and Cancer.
Equinox.
Right. Between Capricorn and Cancer. It's there somewhere between them.
Yeah, somewhere up there. Yeah,
and
so,
that doesn't work on any map we have. It
There you go.
doesn't work if you go by Terry's direction.
listen, what I know is that I cannot be the only person standing below the sun pointing up to noon. It's a large square mile radius of people pointing up, thinking that it's in the same exact position according to their position on the ground,
but not at the same time.
At the same time.
The only map that works is the globe.
Yeah, how did you make a globe map? How do you make a globe map?
Well, what do you mean?
With measurements?
I mean, from outer space? Where you measured it from outer space? Where'd you measure the globe from?
No, you don't need to go to outer space.
Well, you can't get your yard where you live on and draw a top-down view of it.
Is that that's what I'm saying? That's what you did? That's how you measure the globe from outer space?
No, what did I just say? You live
You
on a
say get
property
above
with
it
a
and look
house.
down on it.
No, you're on the ground with a house or a property. Can't you envisage what it looks like from top down?
Envision it? Yeah, sure, I can envision it.
Right, well, that's the same as what we did.
You just imagined it into existence from above?
No,
While looking
you're on
up
the
from the ground?
What? So I can't. So you're saying if I wanted to draw your house and property, I'd envisage what it looks like, but I'm not there to take any measurements of what it is.
What I'm saying is, you said you measured the globe. I mean, how do you measure a globe? That's, what I'm saying. You said we can only do it from a map of the globe. We haven't made a map of the globe. How did you make a map of the globe?
Why do you run away from Chike's question? He asked simple
He
question.
said, I have the only map that works, and it's a
No,
map of the
no.
globe. And I said, how did you make a map of the globe?
He asked you a question. Where
Make a globe.
is the sun? Over whom on Earth, on flat Earth map, is the sun? You ran away
Where?
like a dog female with a tail.
Listen, you all have
Easy.
funny accents, man. I don't understand half the shit you guys say. It's just like the accent room. What the hell you guys are even saying?
Terry,
Well, I'm Australian. I can't help it.
Terry, I've done a prediction using my model, setting it to around today's date, and approximately where I think you are.
In Wollongong. I'm just south of Sydney.
Yeah. The thing is, I haven't got place names on my map, so I've got to visually look at it and think, oh yeah, there were bushfires there, and they were just over the ridge to Terry. So I think he's about here, down from Sydney. So anyway, I've done a prediction, and this is sunrise and sunset for you.
No. Can you tell me whereabouts in the sky at what is it? Daylight savings time, 9:57 a.m. If you can get anywhere close to that.
No, I haven't got my mil dots. I've got no time code on this. All I can do is tell you the exact transit from when you'll see it to when you won't, and the exact degrees that it goes through. But I can't tell you time.
Okay, so if I tell you whereabouts in the sky it is if it's north of zenith or south of zenith in the sky, that should match what you got there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the exact path is playing now.
Yeah. Well, it's past sunrise, so we can't do that. Okay.
Looks like a globe version of that David Weiss, the Flat Earth Podcast.
So it's east of zenith. and it's okay. So if I'm looking east, it's almost directly above, almost a little bit. I'd say a little bit north of a fraction north of east. Okay. So followed it up east, yeah. And that's about there. Yeah, that's north of Zenith. And then it's coming back down to south of west. Wow. Gee, what shape could we live on for the sun to track?
Do you know the only thing that's moving in this is I'm rotating the globe. It does all of this. It just works. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
NoTanks gave you he was chilling for dirt. Didn't you hear say dirt flat earth model?
Yeah, it kind of looks like his, but from the ground, which is pretty cool. I've seen it a couple of times. He has like this app that shows the sun and moon over top of a disc shape, right? Because I guess because the sun moves in like a circle, so we sees it.
So if the moon's doing that, if the moon's doing that for where I am, and for the moon to do, it wouldn't do the same for you because that wouldn't work on a flat Earth.
All right, if you say so. I'm gonna head out. Hey, thanks, Jose, man. Do good. You do good, brother. See you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm about
I
to
don't
leave.
think NoTanks knows what shape he lives on.
I'm about to leave too, guys. It is that time that I have scheduled with the dogs and the food and all the good stuff. 6 p.m. for me.
Jeez, I've got all day.
Where is the sun right now for me? Stingray, before you kill that out. I'm in the central west of Florida.
Well,
So
the sun to be set.
Yeah, but I like to see like if what would Stingray say? In the Tampa Bay area, Clearwater, Largo, Florida area. I'm just looking, see how it looks.
Did you batten down the hatches with this hurricane that nearly came through the other day?
Yeah. It was alright. It was good. A little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. Nothing serious. Nothing big over here.
I love the fact I've got to guess where you are, and I'm saying you're about there. Well, actually, you're a little north of that.
In the little titty. In the west central,
It'll do. This is the path of the sun through your sky through today.
Yeah, rose right there. It's a weird path today, huh? Yeah. Boom. And right now it will be somewhere.
So why doesn't it rise and set the same as me?
You see it? Yeah. Think about it, Terry, because you already saw the path of the sun. Look at this path of the sun. So off north, like so off the north, like Polaris area.
There's something weird going on here.
Yeah, what's the time span? What is the time span from sunrise to sunset? Can you tell me with that, Stingray?
No, I can't. Terry, it's not difficult look at this view here. Yeah, the one that's moving. You can imagine Jose wearing his little hat in Florida. Now, if we and the sun is obviously millions of miles away over there. In fact, you can see these blue lines represent line of sight to the sun from that observer. That blue line there.
Yeah.
So when we rotate, and then Australia, and we look at where the sun is, it's just incredibly high.
Yeah,
so you're looking, so it will actually, I can't remember, but for you, it does get very near Zenith, done it. At the moment.
You asking me?
Yeah, for our
Sorry.
summer, yeah,
Sorry.
it's almost directly overhead.
So
Well,
everything just works.
I'm a bit further south than the tropic, but it's not too bad directly overhead.
Yeah, I do about here.
Yeah, about Sydney, somewhere there. You can tell by the Lake Botany Bay and all that area.
Is it the genetic shape, Australia, Terry? Does it has a genetic shape?
What? That's the shape
Australia.
it's got there. Yeah, that's what it looks. That's what Australia looks like.
Do you think that's basic?
Well, with the
Or do you think
coastline.
it's really fun and exciting shape of
I
Australia?
remember at school trying it when we used to draw the shape, but we'd get the basics of it. The Great Australian Bight, the bit up Cape Carpentaria, what it is up the top there near the pointy bit. And,
Little Eden square with a little triangle in the top, yeah.
all the wiggly bits.
Puerto Rico, I can draw Puerto Rico from heart, from memory. Without seeing it. I mean, I drew it too much. It's not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna have the gist of it. I think it's a fun shape for Puerto Rico. Little rectangular, little in the northeast, like a little tip extra in the northeast, little tippy, and then in the little over, not in the right in the center of the north, a little east to the north in the northern coast is that little tip that it comes out like that's San Juan and stuff. Get a little closer to this thing, right? See.
Yeah, I can't. My zoom isn't incremental like that because the scale
Sorry.
of this scene is on a
Yeah.
planetary scale.
Got it. So good. Yeah, man. All right, let me just do this test very quick. I'm gonna pull up, and I'm not looking. I'm not cheating. I'm doing this for me, for my own personal. What I think Puerto Rico looks like. I haven't drawn in like, I don't know, 20, 25 years. And change the window, and I put this paint, and I'm gonna do it with the mouse, which is like really jumpy and really hard. But if we draw, we'll start right here in the West Coast. It's like a little tip. It got some of this over here. Get a little bumpy. And then we go up over here, and then we got a little extra over here. And then over here, we got that little tippy toe thing like for San Juan. And then, it's just wibbly wobbly. That's the gist of it. That's the gist. Anybody, let me see if I find. Anybody got a map like from Puerto Rico?
So basically, it's just a melted chocolate bar.
Yes. It's like a rectangular with a little map. Son of a bitch. Where is it? I can't. Somebody Google it. Google. Right here. Puerto Rico map. I want to compare. Now I'm going to see it. There you go. Okay, we got one here. And we change the screen. So we got that one. Oh, wait. One last thing. Sorry, guys. I'm taking the time. Let me do the screenshotting here. Didn't work. Fuck. No screenshot. Okay. Anyways, change the screen. It's all laggy, my laptop. I'm trying. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe one day to buy me a laptop. Like a real one. Not a 5-year-old laptop. It's so beat up now. It's so fucked up. I pushed this with the opening paint. It just started lagging and all that kind of shit. I wasn't even showing it when I was drawing it anyway. All right, I'm froze. If you guys hear me, say something.
Something.
Yeah. By the way, they say China looks like a cock.
There you go.
They don't say rooster. They should learn how to say rooster instead of cock.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I cannot see the screen. That my computer froze completely. I fucked up. But I got the list of participants. Let's do a run of final thoughts. Gotta get out of here. Carl, you first. Final thoughts. Let's jump to Chaik.
Yeah, you had the good display of dishonesty and I don't know how to call it. The guy can't answer a simple question where the sun is above us. Simple question to us. Other than that, nothing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chaik. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Bacon, final thoughts.
I just joined the voice chat.
What are the final thoughts then? I'm gonna skip you, man.
I don't know. That Gareth is a sphere.
Hey, whatever you say, man. Thank you very much. Gary, you got final thoughts?
My pleasure.
How about Lubo?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for notifying us in advance that you're going to have stream. So actually, I could not miss your stream. Last time you had streaming, you didn't tell us. You didn't notify us. It was enjoyable. You know, for past week I was looking for on YouTube. Are you going to stream? Are you going to still not streaming? And then you didn't notify us, and then you just streamed. Now it's fine. I'm here. Anyway, Earth is globe. See you. Bye bye, everybody.
Very good. Thank you very much. We wouldn't been able to do it without you, man. Appreciate it. Mojok Man, final thoughts. Terrestrial.
I only just got here myself as well. I'm getting into it, and we have to finish. That's a shame. Yeah, I like the phrase. Does evidence equal opinion? Not evidence. Yeah, evidence. Does evidence equal opinion?
Thank you very much. You guys can stay in the call after I go offline as long as you want. The Fred, final thoughts. And the Stingray.
Yeah, good show, Jose. I don't mind that. That NoTanks. I actually don't mind any of the flat earthers. Even the aggressive ones. You can't take them that seriously. They obviously have a lot of issues. Anyway, great show, Jose. Cheers.
Thank you very much, the Stingray. Thank you very much, everybody, showing up, coming in, hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Welcome back another day. Tomorrow is Monday. Hopefully we are here. Remember to leave a comment, hit the like, share, press all the buttons of source on kinds down there in the video. And I will see you later. Jose JG out. Boom. Thank you. Going to the Daily Boom nonsense.